Hey Fish Fam, this is Nikachu Merfolk Master. I'm here with my brother, and we are back to playing Modern Merfolk. I love the blue mono. So long as Oko Thief of Crowns is around, then repeal Brazen Borrower and just playing it super slow and patient is the way to go. If you want to see how Merfolk is played at a competitive level, you want the insights from a master, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Before we get into our deck tech, we're going to thank our sponsors, starting with themanabase.com. And there's a giveaway now on themanabase.com, a January giveaway. Jason Paturka is giving away a Expedition Watery Grave. If you want to be eligible for that, go check it out on themanabase.com. Your home base for everything Magic the Gathering. And the MTG Mastermind, the coaching program to help take your game to a new level. If you want to start becoming a winning player and take this game seriously, get feedback from those at the MTG Mastermind. So, yeah, we're back to Modern, and as of the recording of this video, Oko is still legal, and between... Oh, by the way, Simic Merfolk is still good, but I think I'm going to proportion my my videos to the list that I am much more interested in playing, and this is way more to my suit. So... but I do believe that Simic Merfolk playing Oko Thief of Crowns is still a very viable strategy. It's still powerful. Oko is still very good against a lot of decks right now. Eldrazi Tron, Death Shadow, Burn strategy / Mono Red Prowess strategies. I think it's going to do still very, very well. But I still prefer to play this sort of patient, tricky version of Merfolk. I really like the 4 Dismembers in the main, and I think this list takes better advantage of Dismember just because we don't have any life loss, no Horizon lands or fetch lands or shock lands, so we keep our life total high to make the best use of Dismember. And I really like Repeal. I think it's very good against Oko. Whenever they make a food token, turn it into an elk, you just bounce it for 1 mana. Opponent plays Gilded Goose, just bounce it, repeal, and you know, as the game goes along, you can like bounce Thought Knot Seers and stuff like that. So repeal is just a very versatile answer, but very good against those Gilded Goose, Urza Oko decks. And yeah, there's not really much I have to say. I have a lot of other videos like this if you want to see it in my library. Chalice of the Void still doing pretty well right now. Good against Infect, good against Mono Red Prowess.
Every build should have Chalice.
Again, like you saw in the last video, a lot of blue decks out there, so I don't want 4 Spreading Seasons in the main. I've split them up 2 and 2 here in the main and the sideboard.
Bullshit.
Just a lot of blue decks because Oko's around. So long as Oko's around, people are going to play Islands. So long as people play Islands, there's not really a necessity to have Spreading Seas in the main to get our Island Walk with Lord of Atlantis and Master of the Pearl Trident. Okay, well with that, let's get into our league. We lost the die roll. Hand is okay. It's like okay. So we have... we don't have Deprive online yet, but we can go turn 1 Ether Vial, turn 2 bounce something with Brazen Borrower's Petty Theft ability, slow the game down, and then eventually we could attack the very next turn with Mutavault, Violin, Master of the Pearl Trident, and then when we get our land, we can play the Vendilion Click and Brazen Borrower. Hand probably is a little bit better if this is an island, than I already have Deprive online.
Well, oh, here we go.
Okay, so we're playing against some sort of nonsense. Gilded Goose. Okay. The Goose is online. Getting Lords is good. Well, I mean, we could be up against an Oko, which would be somewhat catastrophic if it targets our Ether Vial. We're not prepared for that.
It's a 3/3. It's an upgrade.
Well, I don't know. It depends. Pending circumstances. Are we facing the turn 2 Oko? Who did they target? This is your job. Tell me what these things are doing.
Target player's library.
Targeting them. Oh, they targeted themselves. They found garbage. They fetched it away. What, they're going to pass? Alright, that's not bad. So I sort of want an island here. I'll tell you why. Because I think our opponent's trying to set up an Urza. I certainly don't want Urza to resolve. Not get it. Got an Ether Vial. I'm somewhat incentivized to play this Ether Vial and not hold up the Brazen Borrower.
You should hold up the Brazen Borrower.
And the reason for that is, like, how do I get this click in play? And here comes again. Like, I wish this Mutavault was an island.
Salute has entered the game.
But it's not the end of the world. And the other thing is, if I play the Mutavault, I can still play Brazen Borrower. Let's say they play Urza. Okay, I bounce you. And force you to replay. Or I even bounce the, what's it called? Bounce the Golem. Okay, you know what? I think I'm going to do this.
Yeah, that's right.
And then if we draw another island, I'll play the Ether Vial and hold up Deprive. So we just, pending circumstances, that's what we're going to do. More food. Get that Urza ready.
So you have to tap the artifact with the goose to make a mana.
No, you have to just sacrifice a food. Okay, so Oko is here. Now what is Oko going to do?
Because then why don't you just play Bop? There's no bullshit attached to getting that mana.
Don't have very good recourse against this. Did they just draw the Oko?
Can you Brazen Borrower the Oko?
I can. It's an option. It's definitely an option, but I think I'm going to Brazen Borrower something else. Or maybe not. Maybe I will Brazen Borrower this Oko.
I think I'll tap out again.
Not by too much. Well, okay, the advantage to borrowing the Oko is I do get to use my mana. It'll make it harder for them to use their mana next turn, and I might be able to deprive it on the way down if I can draw an island. So let's do that. And we have a 3/3 creature in play anyway. That would be perfect. We draw an island, and
Come on. Yes!
so now we have deprive, and we can play our Ether Vial. Let's see if we can attack with this Ether Vial. It may not happen. They can, like, sacrifice, add mana with food. I don't know, Fatal Push this. I don't know what their build looks like. I should be more in tune with the deck list these days, but it is what it is. And then...
Alright, come on. Do it.
So let's say they tap out for Oko, or even Urza.
Still win.
I can try to click the other thing.
Ooh.
So this is going to be Urza.
No dice, bitch. There you go.
I don't expect them to be able to counter back. They only have 2 mana up. Ether Spellbomb. Well, that's a bit annoying because it can bounce the Ether Vial. But now, I'm going to click them, I think. Well, yeah, I'm just going to click them, no matter what. On my turn, so we can get rid of the Oko. Okay, let's see what they do first. You want to bounce this? Because they can. No? Okay, they're going to be conservative with their resources. Maybe I don't even care about Oko right now.
You should always care about Oko. And it'll put a 3/1.
Peekaboo. Okay, what's going on here? Just Oko. Yeah, let's just take it.
Bye.
I
He
played.
had nothing.
I played it on my main. Okay, I want to make mention. I played it on my main phase to play around a Cryptic Command. So if I let my opponent untap, they have more than enough mana to Cryptic Command. So I didn't want that to happen.
He had nothing.
So now
He took it.
my opponent has 2 fresh cards. My opponent still has 2 fresh cards. But we're going to start laying the beats on our opponent really quickly because we can, like, play a Lord of Atlantis, attack for a ton. That is a card I already knew. Huh? What happened? I thought you had a Fledgestone. Or did they fetch? Oh, they still have one on... I don't get it. Okay, hold on. I'm going to let this resolve because I can't do anything about it.
Take a
I'm getting confused, though, because there's supposed to be a Fledgestone in their hand.
They haven't played it yet. They drew a card with Archmaster Blade's ability.
Okay, I guess that's what's left in their hand. So anyway, we are way ahead. We are super far ahead. What's going to happen here? Turn target creature to its owner's hand, so they'll probably put this into our hand. And now it's just a race.
That he isn't winning.
I think we're going to keep this in our hand. We're going to wait for an Urza to get played. Or if necessary, we'll do something else. So I want to get this Brazen Borrower in play. So I'm just going to attack with these two creatures. I expect the bomb to bounce this.
Nope.
No.
He forgot it exists. It's not even on the board. It's object permanence.
Maybe not.
He forgot it exists.
So I'm going to play this again on my main phase. Play around counter magic because they do have it. Pass the turn. They can gain a lot of life with the food tokens, but I think I can gain way more back with the Lord of Atlantis. Okay, so they're going... Oh, they actually wanted to use their spell bomb to draw a card.
They're hurting.
Oh, they're in a lot of trouble. I mean, this is like one of the matchup. I mean, I'm pretty comfortable to be in these sort of matchups. Now, Cryptic Command can buy a few turns. If our opponent drew that. It's actually a pretty good argument to attack with this Mutavault last turn, not get the Brazen Borrower in play. Because it would force them to bounce their spell bomb.
Deprive. Also good.
Can't bounce lands.
Should see one of those food tokens right now.
So the deal is...
Or hit the goose.
No. I want to save it for something. Something else.
Well, either he's got Cryptic and he can do something, or he's got nothing and you're going to put him 6 feet on.
How much land... Okay, so how much mana do you have? You have 1... So you can pitch just 2 of these. You can go to 9, and I have
more than 9.
More than 9 in play. So I want what I'm trying to do is if they play Cryptic, I want to be able to activate my Mutavault and attack, or I just attack. Because if I activate Mutavault and attack, they're just going to tap my team down. I don't get anything. So I'm not going to do that. So we're going to put my opponent in a decision to a point where they have to tap my team down. And if they want to draw a card, then I get to activate Mutavault and attack. Or if they go tap my team, bounce Mutavault with Cryptic Command, I activate Mutavault, dismember it. There's no more target for Cryptic Command, then the whole thing fizzles. Because if a spell has one target and it no longer has a target when it resolves, then the whole spell resolves. Because the
I mean, the whole spell doesn't resolve.
So this technically will not kill my opponent, but I do believe I've got the resources to beat my opponent no matter what they play. See, like that's not a good sign for our opponent. Abrupt Decay here.
Son of a bitch.
Like I have the option to bounce it.
Then you get the Petty Theft back.
I do.
And you draw a card.
Yeah, why not use the resources? I mean, this is partially why I have these cards in my deck.
Yeah, do whatever you can.
Yeah, do what you gotta do. We drew a Spreading Seas apparently, which is useless.
Fetch lands offline.
And pass. So
Actually, no, we can.
I don't even know how we lose from here. I guess our opponent goes Urza into something. Urza, I'm surprised they did that. Well, I guess because I think their only chance is like slam Urza, tap a bunch of stuff, and have that golem up, and you need that artifact.
2.
Well, I don't know what else is in their hand. Anyway, so we win game 1.
You did it, salute.
I did it. Okay, what's my plan? I think, well, not actually knowing what the plan is. I'm pretty sure it's just take out Spreading Seas, bring in Click. These are grindy matchups. I mean, Force of Negation can counter Cryptic Command and Oko, but you don't want a 2-for-1 yourself in this matchup. You just don't. You just want to play, like the game that we played, that's what we want to do. We just 1-for-1 people, Click their good stuff out of their hand, bounce their good stuff, click it out of their hand. That's a fine plan in this matchup. 1-for-1, their high impact spells. That's all this matchup is about. Just neutralizing the high impact spells. The Urza, the Oko, the sometimes Karn. This list doesn't play Karn, but like basically it just comes down to Urza and Oko. You deal with those things and they have nothing else. And we have incredibly good answers against them. Cryptic Command might be a little annoying if they get this cryptic chain going, but we do have Deprive in our deck to fight against it a little bit. I think that's it though. I should look. Where's my Cyber Guide? I have my own Cyber Guide.
You have your own mug too.
I have my own mug. Nikachu has everything.
On sale now. Nikachu aluminum siding. 15%.
Where is... Certainly have a lot of Pioneer content. Yeah, it's just take out these two cards. Bring them in. Take out Spreading Seas, because they already have islands, and there's really nothing to Spreading Seas. And they can always fix their mana no matter what with Arkham's Astrolabe.
Smid deck.
Arkham's Astrolabe certainly made like the 8 Seas version of Merfolk a lot worse. Sounds fine. Like, good things about Merfolk Trickster is you can, what's it called? Blow up their golem. Like Urza comes into play with, sorry, not a golem, construct. I always think it's a golem. It's not a golem. Yeah, we have nothing to do for a little while, so let's do nothing.
Pay life.
So they're gonna, I guess they targeted themselves. They don't have garbage. Okay, so our opponent is like a little impatient. Just oh, no, they did it on purpose because they want to get rid of the top card and then draw a fresh one. Okay, no, our opponent might be more patient than I think. So, can I do anything to Oko? Nothing. Display creature then.
He's already got an island out. There's no.
There's a Mox Opal. Yeah, there's Oko. No, I'm not thrilled that it would elk my Lord of Atlantis, because I do think the Island Walkers are valuable, but...
you have more Island Walkers.
Yeah.
Island Walker, Texas Ranger.
Curious to know what our opponent will do, because they probably want Mox Opal online, too. Alright, they're going to go after the Lord of Atlantis.
That was a mistake.
Their hand is pretty good. So now if they turn this into an elk, we can repeal it. I mean, like, yeah, I think the hand is pretty good.
And you draw a card.
Okay, you know what? One thing I didn't really consider right then and there that turn was...
Alright, he's going for that line.
Yeah, they are going for it. So right now my opponent now has Cryptic counter draw. And they definitely have this Cryptic up too. So let's bounce this. Let's see if oh, just resolved.
Put a turkey up.
Counter bounce. Yeah, I'm gonna play something. Alright, that resolved too. Everything's resolving.
They don't play with any board wipes.
Okay, this, I guess they don't have Cryptic Command, because they would have played it somewhere. But why did they hold up 4 mana and do nothing? Did they just have it? Their hand could be just full of Okos, to be honest. I mean, that's a possibility. But now that if we get... Yeah, they don't have board wipes, so like the more they tap out, the more they're screwed. That's a pretty good card. Okay. That will 2-for-1 us.
Well, you got to dismember.
I do.
Put good stuff in the graveyard.
There's a dismember for that. Urza went to the graveyard. That's a good thing. We have to get rid of Emery. Emery is just infinite engineered explosives, basically.
Which is bullshit. And we got scrying mana now.
I do, but I don't need it. I have pretty good board right now. Okay. So now if our opponent plays like Oko, Elk, can flash and Trickster, have 5 power to kill it. Okay, I sort of suspected our opponent had Oko, and the reason for that is... Okay, that's fine. That'll die too. Or not die, but we can tap it down. And I suspected our opponent had Oko because of the turn where they didn't do anything. They had 4 mana, no cryptic command. Like, what else do you got? Oh, that was a very good draw.
You should put max power.
I think I will. But unfortunately, everything has to go after Oko anyway. It's the only way Oko dies. Okay, and we're gonna win in the next few turns.
Oh yeah.
Unless something crazy happens for our opponent. Is there any good instants in the graveyard? They've got... I guess, no, it doesn't matter. Their 2 Mystical Sanctums are on the battlefield. I'm guessing their hand is empty. Ugh.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's pointless to let it resolve.
That's right. Me off, that's right.
Spell bomb.
You probably just use the draw card. See, it's empty-handed.
That's actually pretty good right now because it can bounce one of my Island Walkers, so I gotta be careful.
Island Walker.
Means I can only attack for 4. And if no matter which one they bounce, it won't matter. Yeah, so now here's where Castle Vantress hopefully is gonna come into hand. Although if these were 2 Fairy Conclaves, I guess it wouldn't be too bad.
Fuck Fairy Conclave. That card was useless. Say in the comments below if you hated Fairy Conclave.
Oh, is this Urza? Okay, this is Urza. But Urza is not as dangerous as a lot of other stuff.
Empty-handed still.
Yes, empty-handed still. Because the thing with Urza is you're just spinning and it's not necessarily going to go anywhere. Brazen Borrower.
Whack that Urza.
How much mana do I have next turn? 5 for Silver Gilladept and get Brazen Borrower. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, I'll do that. We'll put this on top. Oh my god, I hate doing that! And they don't let me undo. Let me undo. The fuck? I order it the wrong way all the time. Well, then I'll just put this on top. But this is definitely not how I wanted to do it. I wanted to draw the Silver Gilladept, pay 5 mana to cast it, draw the Brazen Borrower, pay 2 mana, bounce the Construct. Now, okay, I guess it's not a complete loss. Alternatively, we could bounce this Construct. We could just bounce this and then cast this for a 3 mana spell. It's not that bad. Could be a lot worse. How many? You need 5 mana? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you can probably spin it one more time.
Get rid of it.
Okay, so let's Okay, okay, we're gonna Petty Theft this construct right now. And the reason for this is if our opponent wants to Ether Spellbomb this, that's probably a fine trade with me, and that the Spellbomb's off the board, and then I can just attack for 10. Oh, do you want to pay 5 mana? No, they don't. Okay. That was also a good line to do, because otherwise they would get a free Urza activation. Although you still have to cast it on your turn if it's a sorcery speed sort of thing. Okay, attack for 3. Now, I don't know how mana choked I will be for this entire game, so I'm just going to continue to play my lands. We're going to continue to play Brazen Borrower, get it underneath a Cryptic Command, and pass. And the good thing about Brazen Borrower is that at least it can, like, attack in the air freely.
Got 7 damage coming his way.
Snow-covered land, so alright, time for Urza to do some work. Pluto Delta. That's a pile of crap.
Spin the wheel, Pat.
I mean, that's the... I don't know what makes Urza good right now like that, but... I mean, it's not impressive.
Full retail.
Yeah. So if I draw a Lord, I mean, I probably just win this turn. No. And that's why I played that land last turn. If I drew the Mutavault, then I want to have maximum mana on the battlefield. So we'll attack for 7. Opponent's holding on to this Ether Spellbomb for their life. So I mean, it's not over. It's not looking good for our opponent. I mean, even if they find Engineered Explosives, pop it, I still have like Mutavault and this thing on the board, and we can Castle Vantress for a Lord and potentially win. I'm definitely in a spot where I can if they found another Flooded Strand. Like,
flooding out.
Pathetic. So I mean, yeah, they can activate Urza one more time. I don't even know what they can find at this point, because they would have to tap the Ether Spellbomb. Yeah, they're going to 2. They should do this on my turn, just to, like, I don't know, Cryptic Command. Oh, they drew a Bauble? Look at the top card. Are they looking at their card? Well, it doesn't matter, though.
3, 2, 1. That's a bit early. No, just a bit early.
Yeah, you're a little bit early. You're a little rusty. But I mean, this is a great example why I like to play the Mono Blue Merfolk deck. I mean, it just crushes these decks. It just absolutely crushes. And there's no... Like, Simic is good for getting onto the board early and fast. There's no need for it. There's no need. The metagame's pretty slow. So long as Oko is the king of Modern, the metagame's really slow, and you just have to just play a patient game, and that's enough against most of the archetypes right now. Anyway, that was round 1. Let's move on to round 2. We're here for round 2. The hand is not beautiful. I'm going to keep it, though, because what we can do is... We do depend. Yeah, we won the die roll. This hand is actually better on the draw, so that we have a greater chance of drawing another island. I'm going to keep it because we can slow the game down a little bit with Dismember and Brazen Borrower to a point where... maybe we just start with Mutavault. No, we'll start with Island. Because if we top deck... If our opponent does nothing and we top deck an Island, I definitely want to play a Lord. But we can slow the game down, and then when we hit our 3rd mana source, we can just start playing with, like, Click, Brazen Borrower.
Humans.
Yeah. Human.
Called it.
You called it. Champion the Parish. I'm killing you immediately. I'm gonna bullshit around with you. Alright, so this is a bad matchup. This is not the match... Like I said, we want to be playing against, like, slow decks. This is, like, one of the fastest decks. Anyway, this is not the matchup that we wanted to see. Hopefully they play something that I can just bounce. Hopefully they play Ether Vial. That'd be great. But they would have done that on turn 1. That would have been the best. They go, like, turn 1 Ether Vial, then we bounce it, and then they are put in this really tough spot. Do they just want to replay their Ether Vial? But anyway, this matchup's going to be... This particular matchup is rough. This is not what I really wanted to see in the metagame right now. Humans is in a weird spot. It's good against Eldrazi Tron. It's good against Death Shadow, but it's not doing that well against the other decks. So there's good matchups for humans, which is why, you know, we do see it around with some prevalence. But it's not parading around like it's the best thing in the world. Meddling Mage can't be countered. Yeah.
Choosing.
Interesting. If they choose Brazen Borrower, do I get to choose Petty Theft? Just curious. Wonder what they're going to name.
Probably Lord of Atlantis. I should have tried it.
They always go for Lord of Atlantis. It's always a mistake, too. Oh, Matt of the... our opponent is very smart. They're smarty pants.
They know more than one card in your deck?
Because the thing is, Lord of Atlantis, in theory, can help them. Because they could like play Lord, they can play Phantasmal Image, copy one of our Lord, particularly they can copy our Lords. Sorry, they can just copy a Merfolk, and then our Lord of Atlantis will help them. Anyway, so enough talking about. But for forever, land. Damn it. Okay, now we're fucked. That we needed the land right then and there. I mean, even if we drew a Mutavault, that'd be fine because we could start repealing.
Swing for 2.
Yeah, I'm just gonna swing for 2. But now we're in trouble. Unless they're choked on mana, they replay it, replay their Meddling Mage, and then we draw a land. Then we could, could try to cobble up some resistance. No, they're curving out, which is, I mean, it's just a death sentence. Yep. Well, unfortunately, we can block that by quite a few ways. This is miserable. Well, we have nothing else to do, so we might as well do this. I mean, like, against a lot of other decks, like, even against some Oko deck, these repeals for 1 blue can you continue to slow our opponent down that we can get back into the game, but this is a very aggro deck. And our deck is not built to compete like 1-to-1. Now they can just play 2 things this turn. Our odds of winning are, like, really, really low.
It's getting worse.
Well, they resolve. But it'll make their Meddling Mage a lot better. So they have to take a repeal, which means the Meddling Mage naming repeal won't be nearly as strong. It's pretty bad, but it's not. We're not at hopeless territory yet. I can still. Usually you can't block this Mantis Rider, but we've got Brazen Borrower and Vendilling Click at the ready. And if we can just stall a few more turns, then maybe this Ether Vial is going to pay some dividends. But, like, I mean, turn 4 Ether Vial is not where you want it to be. Or, sorry, turn 3? Turn 3 Ether Vial? No, turn 4.
Right after the double queuing, come on.
No, they're thinking about this. This is difficult because they can play a Meddling Mage here. And, any one of these cards is fair game. I mean, even taking Name and Click is pretty good. If they can't make this Mantis Rider bigger, like Mantis Rider can win the game by itself, but if they can't make it bigger, then any of these 3-power creature will trade with it. And if I can trade resources, they're going to name repeal. We're still in Ripple Land mode. Okay, we got it. Now what to do with it? Thaz Lieutenant or Reflector Mage? What do I want to play around? If I play around Thaz Lieutenant, I have to play Click at their draw step, take it out of their hand. You know what? I should just do it at their draw step. If they have Reflector Mage, maybe I can take that too. They haven't. They've played a land drop every turn, so it's possible that they're flooding out. And we have some opportunity to turn the corner. Reflector Mage, Phantasmal Image, Mirren Crusader. This is also very hard to beat. And they have a land, so they can play their 3-drop. Well, I have to take this Reflector Mage, though. I will never beat that thing. They can play Phantasmal Image off of this. So we took care of the Reflector Mage. Phantasmal Image could, in theory, copy Meddling Mage, could copy Mantis Rider, but long-term plan won't be that good. If they copy...
That floppy?
They could copy Mantis Rider, it's not a bad idea. I mean, there's a lot of problems here. We were on the play and gave up a turn. I mean, I know I have a more patient version of Merfolk than usual, but holy shit, every single time I'm paired up against humans for I don't know how long, I always have the most clunky hand possible. It's like, it's never even a fair fight. So, it's never fair.
Fixed. Sorry.
Basically.
It's like the NFL. It's all fixed.
Now that is interesting, because I can block the Meddling Mage now, free up my Repeal, and then blow up this Mantis Rider. But if I take that line, I go down to 3. Oh, that's tough. Of course, my opponent will still play this Mirren Crusader next turn. Or I block. Anything can block this thing.
You might draw a Trish next turn. Blow up the thing anyway.
Did this thing attack? Did they just not attack with this?
I guess so.
Oh, that helps. So then if I block this, I still free up the Repeal. Take 4, go to 6. I still have to deal with this stupid thing.
Through the Repeal, you may draw
Block.
a Trickster.
No, when I play this Repeal, it's just gonna like shoot this thing, that's it. You know what? I'm just gonna block like this, and in the future this Meddling Mage just won't even want to attack. And I'll use my 3 mana to play my Brazen Borrower. So anyway, they punted. Can we take advantage of that? I have no idea. Because I do need to keep my life total high for this Mirren Crusader. It's got Double Strike, which is... it's good. It's good ability. Now, if I knew I was drawing an island, I would block this thing, because then I would just Repeal this, play Brazen Borrower. But there was no guarantee of that.
2 lords on the board. Mutavault's 4/4.
Might as well let my opponent do something. Okay, pass. So anyway, there's a lot of problems. Always problems. So ideally, they attack with Meddling Mage again, and then I block it with Lord of Atlantis, and I'll use the Mutavault to block the Mirren Crusader, and hopefully this thing dies, then I can play Repeal on this stupid thing, and then I just have to deal with a 1-power creature in the air. But it looks like my opponent has cards. Okay, what's gonna happen here? Just attack with the Freebooter? Okay, this is almost an ideal attack. for us to get back into this game. I still have to deal with stupid freebooter way later in the game, but... They know both cards in my hand, so it doesn't matter. You have Dismember? Okay, good. Not yet, at least. Not that I know of. Alright, so now we are free to play the repeal on the Mantis Rider. Maybe we can get back in here. Oh god, what is this? Another Mirror Crusader. Well, that sucks. That be problems. I mean, now what are my options? New options, I can repeal the Champion of the Parish. Because I can still block this thing. With Brazen Borrower. And then I just hope to draw into something good, like a Merfolk Trickster, to tap this thing down. Because I'm in such dire straits here.
Repealing the Master just blows it up.
It does, and it is gone. I can use this to block this, but I have nothing for this. And it will kill me. I have to dig for an answer to the Mirror Crusader. I have an answer to Mantis Rider. I can just flash this in and block. Okay, I got... So, well, it's a blocker. It's a tempo play. Trying to think if actually viling in Silver Gilded up first was a better idea. I don't know. Okay, pass. Okay, that's some good news. They don't have anything else in hand. They just have a Champion of the Parish. And a random card. But you see, like, the real problem here, I mean, essentially the super real problem is, even if we stabilize the board, like, we need to hope for so much. The Champion is back. That was Lieutenant. I don't think I care about this, especially after I get this thing on the board first. I mean, the real problem is it's just another 2/2 body. And I'm not really trading with anything.
Is it a haste?
No. I mean, look at the board. They have 5 creatures on the board. How many creatures do I have on the board? I have 1.
I don't see there's so many.
I have 1 poor... it's waiting to choose a card.
Oh.
They might name Master of the Pearl Trident just because that's what it's in my hand.
Yep.
That they know of. Sure, get in there. Why not? Who knows, maybe I'll draw a repeal and I'll change everything. If I draw a repeal, I blow up this Mantis Rider. Then I can block the freebooter. No.
Scry mana.
Well, Scry mana doesn't matter very much right now. Now I need, like, Silver Gill Adapt into Lord of Atlantis. That would work, actually. Silver Gill Adapt into Lord of Atlantis would not be too bad. Does Lord of Atlantis itself do it? No, because I can't block everything. Well, we're just going to fake Merfolk Trickster and pass. But our opponent seems to be in the tap everything mode. Just tap out, attack me. Who cares? I mean, it's worked so far. This would have been a much more interesting game if I didn't like stumble on turn 3.
Good game.
Gotta wait for my opponent to attack. Give them a chance to make a mistake.
Rule number 1 of Magic: let your opponent make mistakes.
That's right.
And don't correct.
You never know.
Never correct.
Don't assume your opponent can play perfectly. What do we want here? I know I want click. But, oh yeah, take out deprives. Deprives are no good. Honestly, I don't even think spreading seas is good. Maybe on the draw, force and negation is better than spreading seas. The problem is spreading seas, you have like you never have a time to play it. Like I know you should have some, but maybe the whole full 4 is too much. And I got ways of attacking anyway in the air. Ideally, the board is clear with dismember and repeal.
You should play Winds of Zendikar. Turn that island into a flying 3/3. There you go.
Is that a 3/3 or a 2/2?
No, it's a 3/3.
I think it's a 2/2.
Whatever. It's flying. And I think what is it like?
And it makes my land vulnerable to removal. Used to be indestructible. Now they can kill it. Used to be a modern playable card back in the Jeskai Ascendancy days.
You never played.
Now they don't. Well, I never played Jeskai Ascendancy either. The winds of Zendikar. More like the winds of shit. So we're just going to do our best. We're going to do our best. The humans matchup usually isn't very good anyway. Unless we are prepared. I'm not prepared at all. None of this is preparing for humans. So it's just going to be miserable. But you never know. It's not like I don't have any game.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
See, like these hands are really... Why? Why when I'm paired up against humans? I'm always in super mulligan mode.
This one's good.
Okay, well, I don't think it's good, but I'm not going to mulligan it.
You should get rid of the spreading seas.
Did they mulligan? They did.
Just
No, I better keep it. Looks like my only way of pushing damage. But the hand's pretty clunky.
I would never tell you to get rid of spreading seas, but now I'm telling you. It should be a sign.
Well, they mulligan the 5. Okay, if they don't have a very strong dense of threats, this hand might do it. But there's definitely hands where they can just tempo us out with, you know, Reflector Mage, Deputy of Detention, or some crap like that.
I shot Oko, but I did not shoot the deputy.
How do I shot web? Maybe they're thinking of going to 4.
Maybe they're just thinking of resigning.
I'm okay with that too. Let's go to game 3. Don't show me your sideboard tech. Fine, keep your secrets.
That was so last decade.
Hey, everyone's bringing back the memes of the decade.
Uganda Knuckles.
Yeah. Queen. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's annoying.
You should play with this card.
I did. And I did go 5-0, but I couldn't do it consistently. I'm going to tap it. Attempt to slow our opponent down from playing like a turn 3.
Matty.
Anything, yeah. Well, if we go Mutavault into an island, this hand will work. It will work.
Now just pass the turn because you don't have mana.
That would be great, actually, because then we get another free turn with the Trickster.
There we go.
Is it true? Is what my brother says is true? It's true! Can I kill you? Oh! Now, do I remember to make this the manabase.com get dunked on instant replay? That's the real question. Well, I could also spreading seize this.
Then you'd be super fucked.
But any land usually gets them back in the game. Let's just be reasonable here. You have your own dismember? No.
You draw that land.
And they mulligan to 5, so this is what happens sometimes.
3.
You live by the mana dork, you die by the
2.
mana dork.
1. No. Well, something happened. I mean, one of these gets pressed.
Can't be countered. Now they might name Lord of Atlantis. Rajiri, I don't even have that in my deck. Excellent. Value all around.
Spreading sees the cavern.
No, the most important thing is to get more permanents in play.
Land?
It's okay. And they can use the blue mana. That's that's another thing with spreading seas. It's like only for island walk. Has no other purpose. Ah, lucky.
Hurts no.
You know what hurts? Not drawing lands. Oh, they're going to Mantis Rider. That's not bad. Oh, now they're thinking better of it. Like, I don't want to see Reflector Mage. Okay, the Mantis Rider. We can race that.
Tap her down.
Like, we can race a Mantis Rider. That's not a big deal.
Blue source would be perfect. That's another body on the field. Another unblockable body.
This is where I might now go play for Spreading Seas. And I'm leaving the Waterlogged Grove because that deals them damage. Excellent. Now, if I attack for... it's probably not best to attack for 9.
It's 2-turn clock.
I'm just going to maximize the number of creatures on the battlefield. And if they do play Reflector Mage, it won't be the end of the world at all. Because we have a Merfolk Trickster that we can slow the game down.
Good stuff.
That's not actually what we want to see, because if they play Reflector Mage now, I still can't cast the damn thing.
No, you don't.
That's okay. Alright, we'll go to game 3, but we're on the draw, and we have a very clunky deck, so we need this game to run back. They're on the play. They mulligan to 5. We got the Dismember for this mana dork, and it's over. So do you know what? On the draw, I'm going to bring in some Force and Negations. It could be dead. It might be stone dead some games, but if we nab a Vial, that could be a world of difference. Occasionally, we're still going to hit Dismember. I mean, Dismember is pretty well positioned right now.
Graf Digger's Gate is excellent in this matchup.
The Spreading Seas on the draw is just going to be terrible. It's not going to be good. What can I say, people?
That interaction.
It has interact, I'll keep it, but I don't like it. Well, I don't have what I wanted.
You can repeal it, though.
I can and I will. I probably will.
There's a lump on your bed.
Hmm?
There's a lump on the bed.
There's a salute here. Okay, so champion is out. that makes me change my mind about this repeal play. No, it doesn't matter. So what, you have another champion? Is what you're trying to tell me? Because you were just Violet in. So an issue is I want to save this for a turn where our opponent plays Mantis Rider. And then I can just bounce this champion after they've exhausted their hand. I just hope I have enough mana for that. Okay, let's see what happens. I can just tap. I can tap some stuff down for a little while with Merfolk Trickster. That'd be okay. Just buy some time.
Maybe he'll empty his hand. He's got a bunch of 1-drops.
It's probably best to try to use this Trickster on this turn. Probably just tap this thing down. And then on my turn, Dismember. And then on the next turn, we can play Repeal and Dismember. Protection from black. Now it looks like I have to save the Trickster for that. Okay, I think I'm gonna repeal this Champion of the Parish after they're gonna start. I think they're gonna empty their hand here. They don't.
Just point it out of his...
So they have more 3-drops in their hand, is what they're telling me. Okay, well, we'll save some life here.
And draws your card.
Draws me a card. That's why I sided this out. It's not very good right now. Definitely not very good early in the game. Multiple clicks are not the worst.
You can click something out of his hand. That is draws.
I can, but it's actually really hard because these vials, and I can, like, if I click right now, they can just activate vial something in. So I'm just gonna pass. So pending what they play, it'd be nice to know what's in their hand. I have no idea what's going on. Well, we have a handful of gas. I'll say that much. They are running out. I mean, they've got a bunch of they have a very mana heavy hand, and we are curving out to an extent that we could, you know, I don't know, make a comeback here.
You're gonna do it.
So I don't think they have Thou's Lieutenant because they didn't activate Vial to put into play last turn. So that's a good thing. What's gonna happen here? Okay, so we're just I'm gonna let my opponent do whatever the hell they want.
If they attack with this thing, you could Trickster and just block it. Gets rid of the double strike.
That's interesting. So I'll tell you what else we can do. We can Trickster this thing. Hold on, did you just say?
Trickster it, gets rid of the double strike, and just block it with the Trickster.
Oh, no, that's not the correct plan. The correct plan is Trickster it. It loses pro black, then we dismember it.
I'd rather keep the 4 life. But that's just me.
Well, I have to keep my life. I'm going to lose life anyway. So we're going to make a fake block and then see what happens. The old fake block. Fake it. Fake it till you make it. See if my opponent wants to do anything about that. Fake block. It's not real. It's just imagination. It's a human knight. Everyone's playing this damn Mirren Crusader.
Surprise!
Yeah. You thought you were pro black. Not anymore. You thought you were pro green too. Yeah, it's going to be hard to get some value out of these clicks. Well, I'll tell you what we can do also. We can just target ourselves, get rid of the spreading seas. That's probably a legit line.
Not bad.
I have no idea what's going to happen, so I'm just not going to do anything at all. So let's upkeep. Am I going to upkeep do something to them?
Yeah, see what they're packing.
Yeah, and then the second click could target us.
That's good sign.
It is. Okay, so our hope is that they have like 2 2-drops or 2 3-drops and they can't get rid of all of them. And then if we use this click to block something, then that would be valuable. Oh, also, if they activate any of these things, if they activate, I can click in response. That would work. That would be sick. Maybe that's what we should be playing for. Maybe that's what our opponent is playing around. All right, let's try to get him.
Let's see if he's only got 2 drops.
If they faked it, good for them. Nice one. If they didn't fake it, I got ya. Oh god. This is a damn nightmare. Deputy of Detention is ugly. So Reflector Mage is ugly. Mantis Rider's ugly.
Why do they give all these great abilities to humans? Merfolk don't got this stuff.
So Deputy of Detention is not good right now. Maybe I get rid of the Reflector Mage. Okay, what's their mana situation like? They have an Ancient Ziggurat, so they can play everything. So the advantage to leaving them with Deputy and Reflector Mage is they're not aggressive. And in fact, I am definitely going to leave them with Deputy because it's not even a human to trigger Champion of the Parish. But I don't like the idea of giving them Mantis Rider.
Well, you have flyers.
I do.
You're about to put a flyer on the board.
I'm at 13. Like, Reflector Mage is it's so annoying. You can play both. So if I get rid of Reflector Mage, you play Deputy, you play Mantis Rider, you swap this, attack me for 3. I can play another click. I can play another click. But it's easier to get rid of the Reflector Mage. So next turn, you Deputy, you bounce. I have nothing on the board. You have a Champion of the Parish that attacks me for 3. Can we turn the corner from there? Leave you with Mantis Rider. You Deputy. This is very awkward. You Deputy. Of course, they still have and if I take something, they still have they're gonna have 2 draws. Logically, it looks best to leave them with Reflector Mage, but like experience just tells me I lose to this thing too often.
Oh yeah.
I'm better off giving them Mantis Rider, but Mantis Rider actually attacks me for 4 because of the Noble Hierarch. Okay, I have to get rid of this thing. I figured it out. I'm not happy with any of the options, but
It should let you know what it gave him.
Afterwards,
yeah.
I think Click is good enough. I mean, it was like one of the most dominant blue creatures for a decade. Just recently, it's been seeing a lot less play. Okay, so the ball is in your court, sir. I need another land, that's what I need. So I can start blocking with Mutavault. Okay, Deputy on the way. Taking Click. Fine with that. Because I have another one. Yeah, no matter what happens, this was a pretty good game. It was a very interesting game. Now remember, I can still click my Spreading Seas out of my hand, because this is still one of the cards I am not in love with. Make no mistake, we could our life total is pretty high. if let's say I draw an island, I could go Spreading Seas, Lord of Atlantis, and then we like decide to try to win the game. Oh, maybe not, because they're gonna Reflector Mage here. Okay, Reflector Mage, bounce this. It all depends what's in their hand. Like if they play Thou's Lieutenant, that's gonna be a disaster. Okay, forget it. I can't do that island thing. I have to like be on defense a little bit. Okay, no, another Noble Hierarch. That makes well, that just makes things harder. Oh, here comes Deputy of Detention. Deputy of Detention. Well, if that was your plan, well, yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. It's just not worth attacking. You actually get in less damage. They figured it out. Okay, attack for 5. It's a lot of damage. So I can't play Trickster. That's off the board. So am I forced to Spreading Seas, draw a card? No, not necessarily. I think I'm going to pass again. And then, pending their attacks, I'll click myself and then make a block. But if they attack with just Champion the Parish, I'll just take another 5 damage because I really need to get like something going on the board. And again, I can't click them at their turn. I don't even want to click them, to be honest.
This is getting worse.
Yeah, Champion the Parish. Early in the game, later in the game, it's all good.
Fuck you, Wiz. You got all these great abilities. That's not fair.
But definitely at this point, I need like... The number one way I lose to humans is I cannot play more than one thing a turn. And they can play unlimited things a turn at this point. I sort of want them to attack with everything so I can just block this Deputy. Okay, so nothing happened. I'll just take the 6. I don't want to take 6, but I have to take 6. And we will play this click targeting me. Because I need land. Like, I need it. Or do I need land? Well, whatever. I want land. Give me land. Okay, whatever. Oh! Oh! Not bad. Also not great. Because I need blue mana. Can we... Oh, I can't do anything else. I need blue mana.
I think it's over, Chief.
Oh, it's definitely not over, because I can repeal this. That'd buy me another turn.
You should have used 1 blue, 1 Mutavault for the repeal right now. Maybe it would draw you an island.
No, it's not worth it. I don't approve of this plan. Here's a good thing. If I repeal the Champion of the Parish... I'm trying to think, what kind of tricky things can I do here? Okay, another thing I could do is I can play Lord of Atlantis, chump block with a Mutavault. So I can play enough, like if I can get enough power in play, that would be good. Okay, so how do I diversify here? Let's do this. So if they Reflector Mage this, I can like Lord of Atlantis. Okay, so pass. But I do need blue mana. So now if I draw blue mana next turn, I can still play Lord of Atlantis. Oh god, you have something? Oh, you made me sweat. You son of a bitch. I was like, I'm certain you have nothing. Because you would have played it on your turn. To maximize the damage out of Champion of the Parish. I would like to hold up Merfolk Trickster, but I just can't. I have to get the creatures big. If we can get the creatures big, it will make it way harder for our opponent to attack. Then when we repeal the Champion of the Parish, eventually it'll become a 1-1, and our board is just bigger than theirs. Of course, we can still die out of nowhere to, like, Mantis Rider attack. I'm not really prepared for this. Feels like we still have some chance.
Oh. Oh, but you can't play it.
What?
Well, the repeal.
Yeah, that's why I'm taking this chump block line. So we have Mutavaults to spare, I guess. Well, I could double block here. That's not unreasonable.
Gets off the beard. Your lords aren't going to pump that.
Okay, let's take this line, because then I can save the repeal for something else. This is a bit greedy. I have to hope my opponent has nothing. But like, it will really get me back in the game if I can save this repeal for something else. Ah, damn it. What is it? Flector Mage? Mirran Crusader. It's terrible. So we lose a click for nothing. And I have to deal with the Mirran Crusader next turn. Okay, now we really need that island. Okay, that's not... No, that's still bad. I can't play more than one thing a turn. I can't play more than one thing a turn. How long did we have 2 islands and we can't just draw a third one?
Repeal one thing, petty theft another.
It's not unreasonable. But it's not a good long-term strategy. If I drew a land, I could Trickster this Crusader. Oh, I still can Trickster the Crusader. Okay, we're going to pass. If our opponent makes some Alpha Strike, it could blow up in their face. Pending how they do it. We're up on time, so that might be relevant too. Again, if our opponent... Well, our opponent keeps top decking. Like, they're not... For some reason, they don't know how to draw a land. Their deck has a lot of mana. It's like 27 mana sources. Please draw some of it.
This clock is in the red. Maybe you could time scum.
Okay, so this is my plan to get rid of the Crusader. It's just a 2/2 creature right now. And we're going to, again, chump block this Champion of the Parish. And again, hope to draw...
Well, at least you get to keep the Trickster.
An island.
Because he's being pumped up by the Lord.
Or do I sacrifice? No, I don't want to sacrifice everything. I do get to keep the Trickster. Which is convenient. Alright, looks like they bricked that turn. Yes! 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 What can I do with this? Something!
Just focus. You got 2 bounces.
God, I had so much trouble getting to this point. Alright, let's get a real board on the board. So now if they want to attack with one thing can really backfire on them. Because I can bounce it with Petty Theft or Repeal. They want to maximize their use out of this Champion of the Parish. Because, like, if we get all the Lords on the battlefield, then if we top deck Spreading Seas, they're dead. Unfortunately, there's only, like, what, 1 left in the deck, so I put the other one on the bottom.
Did you brick?
I hope.
Is that it?
It probably will be. Okay.
Yeah, you should just repeal it. Draws you a card.
So we're going to make the fake block again. Hope our opponent taps out or something. Okay, priority has been passed. I'm gonna bounce this thing.
Oh! You can hear the tension. Got that Aether Vial at the top. That's good.
Now I don't want to really bounce this Deputy of Detention. That's interesting because now I do have the life to pay for this. We can hit the Deputy, get the click back, target something.
And then they gut shot you.
It's possible.
Well, no, you don't got Island Walk though.
I gotta be very careful here. There's also like, I also have the option to like just start attacking for 4. Or do I want to be that ambitious? Maybe not. How ambitious do I want to be?
You could petty theft one of these Aether Vials. Reset it.
No, it's not worth it. I'd rather petty theft one of these other things. Okay, I'll play Ether Vial.
I'll throw 'em for
And I'll pass. If they activate one of these vials, we're going to dismember the Deputy of Detention. They don't. I'm going to be ready with my dismember. You better believe I'm going to be damn ready. This is a very difficult game.
These sandbagging lands? What do you got?
Gonna attack with this. Okay. Let's put out a big fake block here. Again. Because I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna bounce it with Petty Theft. And then we're going to dismember the Deputy and actually just... Oh, maybe we just don't snap it out of their hand. We could.
I think you should just leave the dismember alone.
Choosing to do nothing. Petty Theft cast...
Boing.
Basically.
Got you again, bitch. That hurt him pretty good.
It did. But I'm not thrilled about it either. What the hell is this? Oh, you're not on your main phase yet.
You're not going for another one, are you?
I don't think they realize they're in their blocker step. They can't play any creatures right now. I'll put a stop at the damage step. I don't know what they're going to do. Hey, I have a oh, shoot. Whatever. Okay, let's dismember this now. I don't actually had any intention of taking their champion of the parish. Because it's just too small. They have nothing. Okay, that's good to know. Ancient Ziggurat. So you were drawing some lands eventually. So the good news is I now have a flying clock, and I can just chump block on the ground.
I have a walking clock.
So let's try to close this game out.
It helps. It all helps.
At what point do I just wail on my opponent?
When you have enough lords on the board.
Attack for 3. You attack with all these things. I have to have blockers for all of them. Okay, I'm just going to attack for 3. Is that wise? Let's say you top deck Mantis Rider. There's actually a lot of bad things that could happen. You can even top deck Reflector Mage, or... I'm not going to attack yet. Just going to add more stuff to the board and maximize my blockers just in case. So if they top deck Mantis Rider, that's not good. So So I don't have a very good blocker for that. It's the Hierarchs. The next turn for sure, I have to start attacking. Maybe I'll Alpha Strike. Putting my opponent to a lower life total gives me the ability to start attacking with everything.
Got nothing, huh? That's not good.
Thousand Lieutenant would be pretty good. If they attack with just Reflector Mage, I'll double block. That's very annoying.
What you must do, what you must do.
I'll double block again. If they bounce one to my hand, it's not too bad. They're at less than 1 minute, so that's good.
Might just time scum them.
We might... Hey, it's not scumming, actually. Like, the game's tight. The game is really close.
Lets you keep the muty.
You get to keep a Mutavault. If I draw a land here, it's not bad.
Draw a creature is even better.
That sucks. I don't want that.
Well, you can always put the flyer on the board.
I can. Okay, so now we have to deal with 3 things on the board. Okay, so now I think I can safely attack with this. They don't have anything. Not that I know of. They have no reason to sandbag cards in their hand. I know you have an Ether Vial. I also know you have Ancient Ziggurat and Unclaimed Territory, so you can might as well play them.
Earlier you were saying they never brick. They just never brick. Well,
they finally bricked. If you wait long enough, they... Oh, boy. That's a Thals Lieutenant. Okay, I'm glad I have just enough blockers for this. And they're super dead on the crackback.
Oh,
yes!
Wow.
Unbelievable. My God. That was a tough game. That was a tough game. We were under so much pressure. I could feel good about winning that one. Jeez, that was hard.
Skill like this should earn you at least another 2,000 patrons.
Yeah, it should. If only people could realize. And our opponent, like, eventually they started running out of gas, but they were very heavy on the gas earlier, and trying to stabilize was very, very difficult. And how to play with my Vendilion Click, and the fact we were so choked on mana. We played like an Ether Vial on turn 10, practically. We did. Turn 10 Ether Vial, that's not where you want to be. And, I don't know what to say, but, like, I'm pretty happy that we pulled through, we pulled it off. And if they play Thals Lieutenant here, which looks like they drew, because they attacked with their Noble Hierarchs, like they lose everything, and we just attack back for victory. All right, that was a pretty sick. You got to give a thumbs up for that. That's worth a thumbs up. Who knows what? I don't care how else I play for the rest of this league. That was thumbs up worthy. So that was round 2. Let's move on to round 3. We lost the die roll.
Good hand though.
But well, not really.
It's all the mana you need for the rest of the game.
I should probably mulligan this. We have literally 1 threat. I mean, I like these 2 cards. If I had 1 more card, it would be close, but I'd probably keep it. And then just 1 less threat. This is just too little. This hand also sucks. But I'll keep it, though. Boop. We can't even play Silver Gill Adept on turn 2, but hopefully we draw something. A Boreal Grazer.
What the hell's that?
Are we up against Blue-Green Titan Shift? Blue-Green Amulet. Not Blue-Green Titan.
The one deck I forgot. My list.
Puts lands. Yeah, it looks like Blue-Green Titan. And this hand is not turning out well. Okay, one good thing is we have the click, so I mean, if we click the Titan out of their hand,
Game over.
that would give us a lot of time. We can still Spreading Seas this Field of the Dead. Seems to be what my plan is right now. Elvish Rejuvenator, enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards, put a land card from among them onto the battlefield tapped, put the rest on the bottom. It's fine. None of these cards matter very much. This thing has reach, that's a bit annoying. Oh, Simic Growth Chamber. So do you have enough mana next turn? You have, this is 5. So 4, so you have 6 by next turn? Okay, what are you gonna do? Maybe I'll Spreading Seas this, or this, to prevent Titan next turn. I mean, ideally I want to hit this thing though.
Do it.
Because this is going to make a bunch of zombies in the long run. But what if the long run never happens?
Oh, it will happen.
So next turn you play land, add 4, tap this, get 6 mana. Yeah, I have to Spreading Seas this. I don't want to though. I'd rather hit the Field of the Dead. And I don't really want to hit... Maybe I could hit... Nah. I don't know how I feel about hitting Simic Growth Chamber.
Well, you've taken half the lands out of your deck, so there's nothing but creatures from here on out.
Explore. You get to play 2 lands this turn. You can play 3 lands this turn. Play all the fucking lands you want. How many? If you control 7 or more lands with different names... Oh, you're getting there. So this is going to be the beauty of Click. I mean... If they don't have an answer to it, they just die. Or sorry, they don't just die. They can still top deck Titans and stuff like that, but it's still going to be really good. But I mean, when I play this Click, I mean, I got to follow it up with something.
Don't worry, you're going to have Scry mana for years. You might even be able to double Scry.
I'm going to get to the point where I'm going to hardcast the Silver Gilded up for full retail.
Did he have it?
Usually they have something. You have nothing.
Good.
You have no idea how pissed I am about this, because, like, I could be... If I had any sort of aggro start, then this would have been... This hand is terrible, but my hand is supreme garbage.
It's fine.
So what, they're going to play Field of the Dead, blow this thing up. They don't have Field of the Dead anymore. Oh, that's Rice. Oh, if I draw Petty Theft, it's not too bad. Slow my opponent down. I'm probably going to dismember a zombie, to be honest. Because it's going to be worth a lot of damage in the long run anyway. Alright, we're running pretty shite. I mean, this hand played out as... I don't know if it's as bad as it possibly could have, but it's like pretty crappy. Put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Not happy about any of these things. Probably just going to block the Mutavault.
Yeah.
What the hell? What do you do that for? Yeah, I'll block you. And I'll dismember one of these zombies.
Might as well.
So our opponent so far is like really well advantaged here, even though they have nothing on the board. They just have to top deck like a Summoner's Pact or Titan, and they're in position to beat us. And we don't... Like, the problem is we don't have a clock coming back at them. I've got no creatures! Give me my creatures.
Silver Gales for full retail. Or
Get hit
Castle
for
Vantress.
4?
Scry.
No, I'm gonna have to play Silvergill Adept. This is nonsense. I'm gonna have to put some clock on my opponent. Or is it better? Or I can still dismember a zombie, attempt to block one. No, I can just block with Silvergill Adept if I have to. That's not bad, but it's not good either. I might actually just take 4. Because I need to put myself in a position to win the game. And that position might be... Oh, did you finally find Titan? Oh, you found Oko. You're going to upgrade your Secure Tribe Scout? Or you're going to downgrade my creatures? You're going to upgrade. I'm going to take 7. Okay, I can take 7. Go down to 5. I can still use Dismember. I'm in. Deal. You know, like, in these games, I hope... Like, my opponent is drawing pretty badly. And I would just hope that, like, I can capitalize on that by just playing anything. Like, if I draw, like, 1 Island Walk Lord, we basically win. Basically.
Scry for it.
Or we would be very close to winning, because I can attack my opponent. Well, I have to at least attack Oko this turn.
No, you don't.
Oh yeah, I have to. Actually, Oko has nothing good to target. Upgrades are 2/2 into a 3/3. Like, who cares? And it would just upgrade my creatures from a 2/1 to a 3/3, and I can profitably block the zombies. I can use this Dismember only 1 more time, though. I don't know what the right move is, but I will, okay, I could also Trickster this, attack. Then I have 2 creatures on defense. No, I have to tap something down. Oh, I targeted that thing, right? Yeah. I'm gonna sacrifice my Silvergill Adept. And, like, what am I hoping my opponent to draw? Secure Tribe Scouts and crap like that? Do I have a land drop? I do. Okay, so I can Trickster, Secure Tribe Scout, block 2 zombies. My opponent plays land, sure. Near impossible to beat, anyway. So tap this thing down. Still begging for a Lord off the top. If only I knew they had no Titan in play. I had to do this. Like, if we Spreading Seas this, we'd be, like, so far ahead. But then they could threaten a Titan on the next turn, and then the game would be basically over. Well, thank you for bringing this to me this turn. This is very late.
No.
I can't even activate Mutavault and activate this Castle Ventress.
Next turn.
So now I have to pass, because I have to use this click to block this Tribe Scout. We're definitely going to be scrying on our turns now.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding.
Was this Titan now?
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, now it's basically over. We didn't have an appropriate clock to attack this.
Doesn't have haste or anything.
No, but it's just going to get a bunch of value. Well, the way this game played out, I'm pretty happy, actually. I mean, We're going to bring in more clicks. More counter spells, too. I'm pretty sure they have Cavern of Souls in their deck, but...
Maybe you can find a repeal.
I'll make the appropriate blocks, but I don't think it matters. Repeal doesn't matter. Look, there's an army of zombies.
You should use it against the Titan, just to style on him.
That's really... And Dismember is actually really bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Most of the creatures, like this Arboreal Grazer, get value when it enters the battlefield, so you don't want it. Okay, so that being said, I am way more confident in this matchup than in, say, Amulet Titan. So we want this. I don't know if we want this. We definitely want this, because we actually do want to hit the... We'd still want to hit the Field of the Dead. They have things like Simic Growth Chamber, but for the most part, they don't have as many of these sort of cards in their deck. Dismember is very bad. Repeal is also pretty bad. We can bounce a token. What's my plan for this? I did write down something for blue-green Titan now.
Blue-green.
Or I'm pretty sure I did. Maybe I didn't. Do I have anything for Amulet? Or did I just completely skip this for some reason? Oh, here we go. Simic Titan. Negations. I honestly have no idea what's in their deck to force a negate. But my Cyborg Guide says, bring it! And Chalice. Chalice is definitely going to be to play on 0. I have to take out more things. Oh, I don't bring in more Spreading Seas. Alright, just 2. I guess there's more of those bounce lands than I think.
Boros Garrison.
What am I countering? Oh, Veil of Summer, probably. So when I click my opponent, they could play Veil of Summer.
Perfect 7.
This is good. Yeah, I can get behind this.
They mulligan?
I can get behind that too. This deck is super resource dependent. We can go turn 2 Silvergill, Master the Pearl Trident. Get our aggro on. Do I just throw the Chalice out there?
He's gonna Once Upon a Time for Zilch.
That costs 2 mana anyway. Okay, let's pass. We'll play Chalice a little bit later.
What are you gonna put it on?
0. Just to stop Summoner's Pact. I don't want to do it earlier because it might change how they play things like Once Upon a Time. If I knew I was drawing more Lords, I would just start off with Lords and go from there. Grazer. For example, let's say I play Chalice for 0, and my opponent then plays Once Upon a Time. They know they need to find a Reclamation Sage. So I'm going to have a steady clock.
Bold move.
I think I'll play it now on 0. I don't know how this could get out of hand, but I can't, just off the top of my head, I can't remember if they play with Azusa. I guess it doesn't matter, they still can't get there. Elvish Rejuvenator, it's fine.
How did that thing tap for 2 mana?
Tap for 3. Simic Growth Chamber adds 2. Oh, you want to exile my graveyard? Go for it. Radiant Fountain, so you are ready to tighten it up. I hope I draw a Trickster. I would like that very much.
Sold it to Deprive then.
Deprive is not the best clock, and I just drew a real. That's a really good card. Damn, this Castle Garenbrig, it just makes things just so much faster. But they're lacking a green mana. They might be sandbagging it. They need double green to activate this. Like, ideally, I want to just play one more Lord, and that would be sufficient. I think I have to just go attack my opponent. Hopefully,
last time they didn't have any Titan.
I know, and it's possible they still have Summoner's Pact, which they have to, which means like I want to put like a real clock on the board. Like, I have too much interaction in my hand. Now I can be patient, but I don't want to be patient up to this point.
Play Sorcery Summon.
Okay, look at that. My move was the right thing because they're playing Cavernous Souls on Giant and Deprive was useless. Now, how we beat everything else, I'm not too sure. Because they're going to find 2 lands.
We don't have the zombie land in play.
We don't have zombies yet.
This thing does not have haste.
How do we deal with the Primeval Titan?
Trickster after trickster after trickster.
If we draw a Spreading Seas, that might be enough. Like, I can play Lord of Atlantis. That will be... Actually, it may not be enough. Well, I can block the zombie horde for a little while. What is my goal here now?
Just put Lords on the board.
My new goal might be like just to play land pass. Well, here's the thing about the Titan. I can like kill. I can block it. I can block a Titan, in theory. I can block with Click and Silvergill Adept. You'll get some more value, but like whatever. Okay, let's upkeep. Click them. See if there's anything worth taking. Do they have an island on board? It's actually very important.
No.
They have Island Walk. Overgrown Tomb. No island. Even though I'm sure you have islands in your deck. You've been very careful not to give me an island. Oh no, hold on, I don't, not upkeep, I want draw step. So, and they might Veil of Summer here, but I can respond by just force negating.
Crap. Just have garbage.
They don't have garbage, I have to take this. No, I don't have to take the Oko. They have another Field of Ruin. Oh, sorry, no, they have Field of Ruin. I thought it was Field of the Dead. All these fields look the same to me. They'll make more zombies, though. Well, they're going to make a ton more zombies anyway. Okay, so we're not going to take any of this stuff. Okay, with all that stuff. Oh, so Force Negation is actually coming in because of Oko. That's why you got sideboard plans. You planned it out ahead. You figure all this crap out ahead of time. Okay, is there anything in your deck that will protect this? I'm not super familiar with their deck. Maybe they're going to get that land that gives Pro Blue or something like that. There's like a land, enters the battlefield, Altileria West. It's not the biggest deal. To get 2 more zombies. Snap block this bullshit. Take damage, but we get it off the board. Good question. What do they want a Teleria West for? Because it can't be
Education.
something that beats this. Still no island on the battlefield.
Yeah. Heck no.
Guess we might as well get rid of the Deprive. I guess you can Teleria West for another Field of the Dead. That's a very bad draw now. I could play it on 1 to hit a Boreal Grangers, Secure Tribe Scouts. Oh, what are you gonna get?
There's a lot of things you can get for 1.
I really wish this was a random blue card so I can just play Lord of Atlantis and be on blocking duty. Because they're going to... Well, they have the... Hold on, they have Teleria West on the battlefield. Alright, so I can take a turn to do this. They need to bounce this to their hand to make use of it. Which they can't do yet.
Enough!
Yeah, I know. It's never enough. So I guess they're just going to wait for a moment where they can Alpha Strike. And they've got a lot of damage in play. I do not have a lot of blockers. Wish I could make use of this. I cannot. I know we sat out Repeal, but Repeal would be pretty nice right now.
Echoing Truth would be even better.
I might... No, maybe I'm not underrating. I was thinking, maybe I should have Spreading Seas post-board. I don't think so. This was really unlucky to draw our second copy. It's sort of why we don't have 3, because flooding out on them... You want to find 1, but you don't really want to find a second one. This is 10. Well, because they're waiting to just attack all out for the win. I still have no island in play. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they don't have islands in their deck. Come on, creatures. Draw creatures. Draw more Arboreal Grazers. And Secure Tribe Scouts. That's how I'm winning. That's how I'm winning this game at the moment. They can attack for 10. And almost kill me. They put a land on the battlefield? They put the island? What, you fucking nuts? I have lethal on the board. Holy moly. Just when you thought you have, like, no chance of winning. Oh, are you going to put, like, I don't know, Radiant Fountain or something on the battlefield? Well, this is going to be hilarious. I'm definitely going to... I'm going to take the opportunity while I can. Oh, great. We can counter this. This is beautiful. That's poetry right there, people.
Oh.
A match made in heaven.
Oh, you must be so...
Was it worth it? Was it worth it? You just needed that extra zombie, didn't you? That was lucky. That was just lucky. And that's the manabase.com. Get dunked on! Instant replay. Come on. Merfolk 101. You don't play the island. Come on.
He was tempting you.
Yeah.
That's going to be the get dunked on.
Well, it's hard. Who knows? I'm only doing one get dunked on. I don't have time to do a second one. If everyone saw a get dunked on there, then that was it. Or if any... I guess... If you didn't see a get dunked on during the humans match, you knew something bigger was coming on along the way. This hand, I like it. I'm going to keep it. Not the most beautiful, but, it has potential. Tribe Scout is frustrating as hell, but... I don't want more counter magic, though. I have enough.
It's just more stuff you can pitch with the Force Negation.
Reclamation Sage here is going to be terrible. Sure. I don't want that to resolve, but I don't have much against it. Damn, Field of the Dead. Field of the Dead is back. Okay, I really need an island here. Gives me some security. Okay, so our opponent is ready to Titan next turn, so we'll play the Chalice and pass. So if I can, I will Spreading Seas the shit out of that Field of the Dead, if I can.
perfect.
Oh, they just have naturally Titan in their hand.
Perfect turn 3 Titan.
Yeah. That's frustrating. Like, I have this for Summoner's Pact, which they definitely have in their deck. So now what can I do? If I can somehow bounce this thing, it won't be too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it can't trigger Field of the Dead yet. So if I draw an island, I will be relatively happy. Heh, you still can't trigger your Field of the Dead. Because then I can tap this thing down, then wait a little bit longer. Because I need to... Or I don't know. What if I draw a Brazen Borrower? Would that
Blue
change?
source.
Would that change my mind? Okay, so we got Castle Vantress. Well, unfortunately, you know what's really good in this matchup? Tidebinder Mage, because it looks like they can't do anything about it.
You have 96 Tidebinder.
How to deal with this thing? No, I don't. I have like 84. I sold some. I haven't made a video about that. My adventure of
Speculating.
my Tidebinder Mage adventure. What if you have another Titan? That would really suck. Okay, let's do this. Okay, maybe there's a chance I can race my opponent. There's a chance. They can, of course, recycle the Field of Ruin with Simic Growth Chamber, but if they draw Simic Growth... You gotta be kidding me. Ugh, how do you just naturally have 2 Titans in your hand?
Well, this is lost.
It's still not lost, but it's really frustrating. Like, that's one of your best draws, to just naturally have Titan and have Cavern of Souls in your hand.
Now you're going to get really fucked. Concession is only a right click away.
Like, they literally... That's literally the nuts against me. Now, some good things is that... Well, I don't really have good things. There's just way too much pressure. Way too much heat I'm facing. I need to draw... How much damage is this next turn? 12. If I draw a Lord, would that do it? I don't think so. Not even sure what I want. It's funny as if I force negated, like, I don't know, the Explorer, that could... Did they mulligan this game?
Yeah, once. I think. No, they mulliganed last game. They didn't mulligan.
No, I need to keep the force negation for the Oko. Oko on Aether Vial would be terrible.
Silvergale hopes that you get a bounce spell.
So what I'm thinking right now is just how can I play to get 22 damage on the battlefield? And the answer is I can't. Like, even if I play a land, draw something, there's nothing I can play off of the island. If I could attack for 6 here, maybe there was a chance next turn, but I'm only attacking for 3. Oh, whatever. Okay, let's activate file.
It's dead, Jim. The lance he gets is going to trigger the thing. It's going to...
Yeah, I think it's over. I don't feel too bad. I mean, I'm not happy about how this game went, because I think we're favored. Like, I think we're just straight up favored. We have all the right interaction. Our opponent just had the nuts, just the literal nuts. 2 Titans just in their hand, and all the... I mean, I expect them to have the ramp, but I don't always expect them to have Titan in play. Or they should work harder for their Titans to get in play.
It's not fair, damn it.
Question is, if I want to give myself one more turn, because they have exactly 20 here. I can block one thing with this Trickster, but then that means I can't attack with it next turn.
And then what the fuck are you gonna do?
Yeah. Okay, I'll just pass. Let's move on. We have 2 more matches in this league to play. Like, for example, like this is a hand that I would love to have in game 1, where our opponent was like just twiddling their thumbs. They weren't doing anything. Also, if they had just a hand, if they had a Summoner's Pact in hand, no, fuck you. I'm gonna do something. This is definitely gonna be it. That's right. You dink. So we're going to take 18 damage. And even, I might have been able to beat one Titan, but the second one, definitely not. What do they find? More Field of the Deads? More life. Yeah, sure. Come on, let me see my draw step so I can resign. Let me see it. I just want to see my draw step. I want to see my draw step, damn it. Sim Growth Chamber, probably save the other Field of the Dead.
Jeez.
It's too bad to have I guess they intended on just gaining as much life as possible, because that's probably the only way they can lose in their mind, and they're right.
Master Voyager.
But I have no way of actually stabilizing here. Okay, come on. I just want. Okay, I'm done waiting for you. We can go to the next game. I don't need to see what's on top. Okay, this is the fastest way for me to find out what's on top of my deck. Resign, then draw the card. Lord of Atlantis. Beautiful card to draw for this situation, but we're just way too slow. So sometimes you win bad matchups, sometimes you lose good ones. And I'm pretty sure this is a good matchup. We definitely had, our hand was a little bit heavier on the interaction side, but we're still like throwing away bad interaction like Dismember. Dismember would have been pretty good in this match, in this particular game. Because of the Secure Tribe Scout, but it's like it is the only thing that we have to target, and the rest of it is all garbage. Repeal only bounces these things, and I think that's only when it's too late. I'm not a fan of that. This looks so beautifully. It looks like it just lines up so well against their Titan deck, but they ramped into an uncounterable Titan that we didn't have. Even if we had Deprive for it, we didn't have. It wasn't online, and destroyed us. Good to them. So that was round 3. Let's move on to round 4. So we lost the die roll. Hand's great though. I'm pretty satisfied with this hand. We have 1 drops, 2 drops. We have a lot of stuff to do at flash speed. Ideally, I'm just going to dismember something. Silver Gill Adept. Show Trickster, and then maybe if we play a 3rd land drop for the turn, we get to play this. They won't know if we're going to play Trickster or Brazen Borrower. Wood Foothills. That is not very good for dismember, because it's either like burn or it's Titan Shift. Titan Shift I can deal with. That's okay.
Could be Rock.
That's a good matchup.
Could be Jund.
Looks like it's Titan Shift. People are out in force with the Titan decks. People are out in force with Explore. Okay, so I will play that Silver Gill Adept like I said I would. We did curve out with lands, so we will be able to just flash things in play. That's a bad draw. We have enough mana sources. We've only drawn mana sources. They have no land drop for the turn, so their hand is pure gas.
What a Deprive.
hand is pure gas. Yeah, and I'll hold up Brazen Borrower. I'm not going to play Aether Vial here because it's just not a yeah, I'm just probably not going to play this Aether Vial, period. Or maybe I could have. I could still play the Trickster. It's not that bad.
Let's see a Titan.
Yeah, let's see. Well, not yet. Enters the battlefield, search your library for a land card, put it on the battlefield tapped. When it dies, you may draw a card. I don't really like this resolving, but I have better things to counter. That's a pretty good card against us, actually. That's a pretty good card. That's decent.
3 flyer in the air.
Absolutely.
Actually, no, because then you won't be able to use the spell.
What spell?
Petty Theft is now gone to you.
There's nothing to Petty Theft in this matchup. Oh, we're flooding.
It's okay.
No, it's not. I'll
Now
just
you have
attack.
mana, now you have Deprive up and Trickster.
Okay, let's say I put down my opponent down to 12. Okay, win next turn? No. Okay, so I'll just attack for 3. Because I could dismember this, but then I'm just 1 turn closer to getting scape shifted, but I don't think it matters. We're flooding out. That being said, I'm pretty, like, if we lose game 1, I don't know how much I care.
I don't think you're going to lose game 1.
I'm confident going into games 2 and 3.
I think if he snags his big daddies, you're going to deprive it. Put a Trickster on the board.
Well, their hand is full of gas, which concerns me. So, like, this is probably a Titan. Okay, this is not a Titan. Search your library for a forest card. Okay, I'm fine with that. We can Trickster. They don't have a Valakut, which is very important. Because then these mountains will just shoot our crap down. Boo.
It's a snake.
It's a snake. I bet this is where I'm going to draw Spreading Seas or some garbage like that. I'm not happy with drawing that, but guess I'm not sad. I don't know. Do I want this Tribe Scout to trade with my Silver Gill Adept?
Dies, it dies.
Because they have all the mana they need, I think. Maybe no. No, maybe not. They still need Scape Shift mana. But their hand is still, like, gas. But it could be Tribe Scouts and stuff like that. Is this going to trade or are they going to sack? Okay, they're going to sack. That's good. It's good for us. We get in 5 damage. They go to 9. Okay, this is where we play our Aether Vial. Now pass.
Is Deprive going to pay dividends? You'll see.
Okay, this is definitely Scape Shift.
This is a sign of weakness.
Not really. It's a sign of strength, but it's okay. Yeah, you have enough to win with Scape Shift, so you don't need to attack. Do whatever you want. I don't care. No blocks. Well, I guess I can't beat 2 Scape Shifts. I can counter 1 Scape Shift. I also can't beat a Scape Shift plus, what's it called?
Team of Battle Rage.
Can't beat Scape Shift plus Veil of Summer. So there's a lot of ways I can lose here. I can beat 1 threat. And it's possible we can just win like that. Scape Shift. Yeah. Attempt to counter. If we do counter it, we win. Do you have a second one? Because you have threats. I know you have just a bunch of stuff. Okay. Okay, we'll let them attempt to figure this out.
How many points of damage?
Lethal.
Oh.
So I can tell you. So if they accidentally misclick, then we can win. That's our only chance of winning. We're not winning by any normal ways. Not sure if things could get better. Let's see, this is 6. That's going to be enough. Okay, sure everything's going to target me. Okay, concede. It'll be 1 billion damage. Now that being said, I'm pretty confident in this matchup. Click is good. Force negation is good. Like, we just have so many good cards. Chalice is not necessary. It's just the repeals and the dismembers are garbage. Oh, I have to bring 2 more cards in. Spring Season not too bad, I think, right now. Because of Field, there are some versions playing Field of the Dead, or maybe the Scapeshift players are like, if you're gonna play a Field of the Dead deck, just play the Blue-Green Titan deck. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, submit this. So all we need is like a little bit of a clock in the beginning, and then, you know, just counter a few spells, and that's it. We had a hard time last game because we just had a very poor clock. If we for example, we had a huge mana advantage with a lot of land and an Ether Vial, but it's worthless because we don't have anything actually to deploy. And we were on the draw. Ugh. I think we have to mulligan this because we don't have a clock.
I think it's pretty good.
And the hand is like a 6-card hand because Spreading Seas is pretty dubious. No, I'm gonna mulligan. Like, you can't take forever in this Titan Shift matchup. You have to like put some pressure on your opponent. This hand's pretty bad too, but I'm gonna keep it because it at least has a clock. The problem with this hand is it has no interaction, so. But I mean, things like Ether Vial dodge help us dodge cards like Anger of the Gods. Start with Mutavault, and we will be attacking with it immediately.
No dicking around.
Solemn Simulacrum. Interesting tech. Might have helped them. It did slow me down. Now makes me believe maybe I should dismember it. No, it didn't matter. It didn't change anything. I don't think it speeds up my clock enough. Because I was just too short on creatures. If I had Lords, might have been a different story. I think the Brazen Borrowers mean I'm going to tick my Vowel up to 4. Sorry, 3.
You should take it up to 4 anyway.
Because they can't... They're good in this matchup just because it's a flash speed creature. You know, hold up our counter spells, they don't do anything. Alright, I'll put a Brazen Borrower on the battlefield. So I think our clock is reasonable. Given there's a secure Tribe Elder, I think I'll pass. We'll just play our Brazen Borrower at end of turn. Then flash in a Merfolk Trickster. If I attempt to attack with a Mutavault this turn, it doesn't do anything. So like, let's say they play Solemn Simulacrum this turn, or this next turn. Then we can tap it down with Merfolk Trickster. They might destroy our land. Oh, they do this. Okay, that's fine.
Some kind of Rubit.
Some kind of Rubit. Get in for 7 damage. Like, we're close to lethal. Is the deal here.
Keep that place after round.
It's possible. That's a good draw. That actually changes now how I want to do everything. Okay, hold on. Now I just have to calculate, does this 1 damage matter that I could deal with this Trickster? Because I can counter an Anger of the Gods. Or maybe I can't, because they're definitely bringing in Veil of Summer. Maybe this is just wrong. I should just attack with the Mutavault. Attack for 5, go to 12. Yeah, I should attack for 1 more, because I can't die next turn. Well, I mean, they could play Titan. That'd be terrible, but worse things could happen. Well, I have time to calculate this. Okay, I attack for... what if I attack for 6? Okay, I don't play Lord. I attack for 5, you go to 12. I play Brazen Borrower and a Master of the Pearl Trident at end of turn. You can block a 3/3, and I'm attacking you for 6, 9, 10, 11. I'm attacking you for 11, which means I'm a point short. So actually putting this thing on the battlefield is good.
Brazen Borrower?
Okay. I figured it out.
Brazen Bazar.
What's this going to be?
The big boy.
Now if they ain't... Oh, search for tomorrow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, you get to shoot this? Okay. This I'm not happy with at all. I guess it doesn't matter that much. I still have these borrowers.
You got more lords.
Well, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. When it dies, you draw a card, but I could have bounced this thing. Attack for 5. So we're like in a spot where like I'm gonna hand it to our opponent. The Simulacrum is pretty good against us because it's preventing my attack. On the other hand, maybe the better line was to attack with the Mutavault last turn and just attack for 7. And then keep all this other stuff in my hand. But then they would still wipe out my other 2 creatures on the battlefield.
Deprive it. Just deprive it.
I might have to. Because... And then I attack for 5? Maybe 5? Yeah, I think I have to deprive it. And it's only because I don't have it... If I let it resolve, I have, like, no way of winning the game. They're just gonna snipe my stuff down turn after turn. So I need to draw Spreading Seas. Attack for 2, you know you want to. I'm going to take the Vial up to 3 for sure. That's a great draw. Oh, I'm happy. That puts some pep in my step. All right, let's attack you just for 3 now. Now, most of my board can still get wiped. But that might not be the end of the world. Okay, so draw step. And remember, I can still get Veil of the Summered here, but whatever. Hopefully it's all lands. If it's 4 lands, that's perfect. Because they only have 1 shot at anything. Sweltering Suns and Scape Shift. Well, we can't beat the Scape Shift. We just can't beat the Scape Shift. Explore. Can play 2 lands this turn. Which sucks, actually. How do we win this? So they're going to Sweltering Suns our board away.
It says to each creature.
Yes, but then they draw a card off of their Solemn Simulacrum. So they play...
You still got 5 power on the board.
Not yet. And they have and they have 1 Windswept Heath, which can find a stomping ground. Forest. Unless they're going to keep the mountain in their hand. How do I get you to crack this damn thing? I guess we just throw the Brazen Borrower at it. And then we protect our Mutavault in the future.
Good night.
Not really. It's a shitty time for this. So I'm not going to activate the Mutavault because that's exactly what they would do to it. At least they take some damage. Because ideally what they would do is they would kill the Mutavault and then on their turn Cinderglade this damn thing. Alright, so...
Lord!
That's not really what I wanted. I want another, like, Vendilion Click or something. Okay, well, it's a close game. But, like, they're in slightly better top deck mode than we are. I think the best thing that we can do is hope to top deck a land, play Lord, attack for 3, do our best. Oh, that's a really good card, yeah. But, okay, so they have a pretty cute line. They can sacrifice this, with this on the stack, crack this, blow this thing up, get their Valakut back online, get the mountain, and then blow things up again. So now what do I want?
Another Spelling Cease.
That was a very good draw. I mean, at least I'm not dead. Do they still have the Cinderglade in hand? I can't tell. Probably. So how smart is my opponent? Does my opponent know this line? So far my opponent's played well. They haven't played bad.
The opponent has played well.
I'm really punished to have this Ether Vial 3 at the moment. Arrgh! And the only thing I can complain about this game is that I mulliganed. For the most part, it was like, you know, the hand was okay. It's just a little bit slow because that fucking Solemn Simulacrum. It's a really good turn 4 play. It's like a ramp spell and slows the opponent down, or at least slows me down. I don't know if it slows other decks down. Maybe it slows like Death Shadow down.
Yeah, Fatal Push.
I can attack for 2. Or do we just pass the turn for a little while? Sometimes you're allowed to do nothing. Maybe that's this time. Maybe now's the time to do that. Okay, I'm just gonna pass the turn because I don't see any advantage to playing anything. Or doing anything. Fuck, you had to have Engineered Explosives. Why can't you just draw more of that Secure Tribe Scout garbage? Or even Sweltering Suns I would have been fine with.
Stony Silence would be excellent right now.
They might be drawing more spells that put stuff in play.
Should always have Stony Silence inside. It's a flash creature.
How much does this help me?
Just play past the turn game.
Well, if I could actually Trickster this on my main phase. Put my opponent to a decision with the Secure Tribe Elder. where they want to crack this explosives. That's actually something. But then I just get in 2 damage. Okay, let's do that. And I get to keep my Lord of Atlantis. The rare main phase Trickster Secura Tribe Scout line.
Take your screen caps, people. It's very rare.
Because now if I Trickster this thing and it loses abilities, they can't do the Sacrifice Tribe Elder line to get like a land. So now I get in my damage. And then maybe I can keep attacking with this Trickster and force my opponent to get this stupid Tribe Elder off the battlefield. And now if they want to blow up their Engineer Explosives, they lose the Tribe Elder. So now I have something on the battlefield. I got something. What is this for 2 red mana? What are you thinking? You gonna attack? No attack. Okay, no problem. So now I can provoke this Tribe Elder off the battlefield, because this thing is immune. Oh, that was a great draw. Mutavaults are what we want to see. Mutavaults are immune to just normal land drops. Alright. Get this asshole off the battlefield. Our opponent is definitely going to have like two turns to draw something. Something. Okay, but those Mutavaults are worth gold. Remember, the tough line is, I mean, if our opponent doesn't know it, like, sacrifice Tribe Elder, hold priority, now blow up explosives, Spreading Seas falls off, get the land, destroy my Mutavault. If they know that line, then I'm in trouble. If they don't know that line, I'm in... I could have attacked with this Mutavault a long time ago, and this match might be over. Oh god, don't tap things fast. Okay, Simulacrum. The old one.
Last year's model.
I don't even know what I want now. Another Spreading Seas would be fine, actually. Oh god, stop doing things really quickly. Makes me paranoid. What the hell is this? This spell can't be countered. Target spell can't be countered. Oh, la-di-da.
That's pretty good. Oh, the lump has gotten up.
So Spreading Seas would be perfect. Stop this stupid thing. Get this Lord of Atlantis in play. I don't know what else is in my opponent's hand. I think they still have this Cinder... I can't remember if the Cinderglade is in the hand or it's there. That's terrible. This is like the last... This is not when I want this card.
One more turn, spin the wheel.
And I can only attack with one Mutavault a turn. Target spell can't be countered.
Well, getting 3 unblockable. What the hell is he going to do?
Because it's not unblockable. They got rid of my Spreading Seas.
Right. Well, even if they try to block, they lose the creature. It's not going to live.
No, but they want this thing to die, because if it dies, they draw a card.
Yeah, but it might be Bobkiss. Even though it looks like they've drawn most of their lands.
If I could activate both Lord... If I could play Lord, activate both Mutavaults, I would take this line. Because if they want to double block something, they take 3, and we are in position to win next turn. If they chump block both, same situation. They need to top deck something next turn. I mean, even if they kill Lord of Atlantis, that would be fine with me, because I at least have the Mutavaults. But I can only attack with one Mutavault, and if I only attack with one Mutavault, they'll just block with the Simulacrum. I don't get I mean, they're just going to draw a card. It's just not enough value. I'm going to pass. Wow, do I wish this wasn't on 3 right now. And boy, do I wish I had...
Repeal.
You know what's pretty good right now? Brazen Bar. Where in response to this stat, in response to like Scape Shift, bounce this thing, deprive. That'd be great. Look at all this weird techie things. I guess they have this over Veil of Summer for whatever reason. So if they want to attack, that's the worst thing to attack with, in my opinion. They don't have a fetch land. They could have a lightning bolt. Okay, I want to draw a land here, so I can just play Lord, attack with 2 creatures, force this stupid thing to block, then deprives online again. Silver Gill Adept.
Puts body on the board, could give you a card that you need.
Because that's the best thing I can do. At least cycle it. Okay, well, Solemn Simulacrum can't block anymore. Oh no, I should have played the Lord. I should play the Lord. Attack for 3. Force the stupid thing to block. Anyway, we're gonna take this line now. Because I need to get this thing off the board if I want my deprives to be worth anything. Okay, I'm fine with this trade. But, like, that's the thing. If I played Lord of Atlantis, it wouldn't be a trade. And I get to keep the Mutavault. So, like, I could have played a slightly tighter line. What are they doing here? Gonna attack with your Solemn Simulacrum? I would fucking snap block this thing. That's right. So they're gonna play... I'm guessing they're gonna play, like, some spell that will kill the Silver Gill Adept. Yeah, or just play land. Okay, so there's the Cinderglade. It was foreseen. Two 3 mana flash creatures. There we go. Okay, just pass. All right, I'm a little excited.
Stop.
No, I'm gonna do it at the end of their turn, because if I do this at their upkeep, like they're holding lands. Is what's happening here. They're just holding a bunch of lands. God, that's.
You could deprive it.
Yeah, I guess I have to. I can't beat that damn thing.
You obstinate piece of shit. Now he mad. All right, put him in there.
Let's see what they have. It's probably nothing. Farseek, search for tomorrow.
Keep it.
Yeah, you can keep it all. But I'm still short damage to win. Okay, I need one more flash creature. Whoops. I'm accidentally clicking through my turn.
Get one more deprive up. That's important.
So I just need to flash something in. And if we can get Castle... Oh, I shouldn't have played Castle Ventress. Now they know about Castle Ventress.
They were going to have to learn about it eventually anyway.
But anyway, I can't deprive anything. I'm not in a position to do that. Oh, they got the Wooded Foothills. Damn. They have an instant speed way of dealing with this. I don't think that's a smart line. I think they should use one of their sorcery speed spells on this. Because what if I played another flash creature, right? Well, anyway, we can now, with Castle Ventress, now we can dig for something. What game is this? Is it game 3 or
2?
This is game 2?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. We have a third game? This is going to be a long league. This is going to be like 5 hours. Every game is going like the distance. Alright, let's Castle Ventress for 3-drop.
Tap out big for deprivables.
Also, finding a Trickster might be good, because we just tap the Solemn Simulacrum.
he's still got the 2 explorers.
I think we have to keep. I think we have to let this resolve, but it sucks. It's like drawing a fetch land.
Which is useless to him because he's at 1 life.
Drawing Spreading Seas would be good too. Yeah, fetch land's offline now. Fetch lands are offline. What are you doing? So now Trickster is lethal if we find it. Because we do the same thing where we tap this thing, they can't find a mountain.
Alright. Let's scry for big winnings.
Okay, Trickster or...
Big gubbins, come on.
Trickster or Spreading Seas. Yes, we will put that on top. Now, it doesn't immediately win, because they can... No, it will, actually. Okay, put this on top. Put this thing on the bottom.
Get you fucking close. And it draws.
No, it will win, because they have to sacrifice this in response.
We're going to go see game 3. Unbelievable.
So we got Spreading Seas. That's why we're siding in Spreading Seas, I guess.
And what's the card it draws? Beautiful.
Sure. They have Farseek, Search for Tomorrow. They're all useless.
Sorry. Now make sure you activate the right one.
Yeah, that'd be miserable. Whew.
Oh, he says, this game is not funny. Or maybe just not fun.
Yeah, or fun.
That typo was spit on.
Yeah, could be either way. Oh, that was a sweater.
Ooh.
The game has ended. That was game 2?
Yeah.
That was game 2.
That's the state of modern.
Yeah, modern is grindy now. Who said modern's bad? Good God.
Hey, a year ago, everyone was complaining it's a turn 2 format.
Yeah, everyone's complaining. Now Oko's come and super stabilized the format. Now everyone's unhappy. Solemn Simulacrum. I don't even want to brazen borrower the damn thing. What's valuable here? Because, like, the Solemn Simulacrum, it slows the game down by a lot. Like, it slows the game down by a ton. And because we keep getting into these points where we're just validating ourselves. And I think that's what our opponent's trying to do. Just try to play a Valakut control deck and set up a point where they scape shift win, or even just play land drops and kill us. Hopefully we can keep a decent 7. In my opinion, this is not very decent, but we do better. Like, we've got a lot of counterspells in our deck. But let's say we mulligan to find, like, Force and Negation, then Force and Negation gets worse as we have less cards, so I guess we'll keep this. But this hand's not great. This is definitely below average. No counterspell, slow hand. We're playing a little bit at flash speed, so that's okay. Then I can interact with the Solemn Simulacrum. But I would say this is below average. I would hope that my opponent mulliganed at least a few times if I'm keeping something like this. We got that Spreading Seas for that Valakut if it ever comes up.
And it will.
Let's search for tomorrow, turn 1. Multiple Spreading Seas is not what we want.
You'll see it.
Or maybe it is. Who knows? Let's see what happens. That's interesting. Do I want to seize this? Okay, so they don't have any mana. But
yeah,
they're definitely gonna get 2 lands though soon.
Get rid of it.
What do they need? I think I'm just gonna play Silvergill Adept. Let's get a army going. Okay, that's good. That's nice. The more flash speed stuff, the better. They're on a 1-lander. That's tough. That's tough.
But they have the searches, so they knew.
Yeah, so these things will resolve. There's nothing I can do about that.
What
So
if
now
you-
they can play like Farseek and then just slowly chain these things into bigger things.
What if you had Charlie on 0? Would that stop these?
No, because the converted mana cost is still 3. It doesn't matter how much is spent when they're actually casting it. It's just all that matters for Chalice is what's the number up here. Okay, Valakut, that's not too bad because we've got the spreading seizes for them. There's Farseek, which I also expected.
Take him off it.
Okay, so they've I'm trying to see, like, do I want to hold up mana for Primeval Titan? So they've got trying to see what's the best way to play around Sweltering Suns, but also potential Primeval Titan next turn. Ideally, I need to get some power in play, but I do have flash creatures. On the other hand, so my play is Spreading Seas or not. Next turn they get a land. It's their 4th mountain. They can search twice for 2 more mountains. And the last one will kill something. Ideally, it's better to play Spreading Seas next turn. Or maybe I don't play Spreading Seas next turn. Maybe I do it now. If they play Solemn Simulacrum... 4 cards left in hand. All gas. All gas.
Well, you don't know that.
Okay, I have 6 minutes left. Okay, let's not be too low on the clock here. Okay, I have a bunch of flash creatures. Let's draw cards. This is probably the safest time to tap out, if I want to tap out. So next turn I can hold up Deprive and that island. This is my turn 3, right? Yeah, okay, pass. Okay, so that worked out. That worked out. That wasn't too bad. It'll be just really bad if they find a land, rip a land, play Primeval Titan. That would be the ultimate punishment to this line. But I think it's worth trying. Make no mistake, their deck is just loaded with lands, but I don't know if their deck. I don't even know if they're playing. But we didn't see Primeval. Did we see Primeval Titan at all?
No, just
Like they got to make room for this Solemn Simulacrum. Maybe there's no Primeval Titan. Maybe they're just saying, you know what, that card's too expensive. I don't know what they're replacing in their list. Okay, I gotta be played faster. Why are there so many things to trigger? Okay, they found a land. Is it Primeval Titan? If it is, I'm in deep shit. And I will lose probably very quickly. If it's just, oh, they're tapping a lot of stuff. Down! Okay, is it over yet? It's not, because we have the Brazen Borrower. We can bounce the Primal. We can bounce Primeval Titan. Yeah, we have a Trickster. I don't know how much that matters. Another Valakut. We also have another Spreading Seas.
you have all the lords in the world. Bounce
Okay,
it
this
and
is
then
the
deprive it and
absolute worst use of this card I've ever had.
bounce
But
deprive and
doing what I can. Doing what I have to do. Oh, you know what? Your line was better. The whole, hold on, how many mountains are on the battlefield?
One, two,
A lot.
three.
Maybe I should just Trickster it. No, I guess it doesn't matter. So they're going to play a land. Well, they don't have lands in hand. That's the thing. They have to top deck their lands.
Oh.
they do this. So they shoot down our Silvergill Adept. How do we beat this? This is 2 Valakut triggers. I need more Spreading Seizes. I need more Spreading Seas. We could get around this by, like, playing...
Well,
oh god, you're just going for my face?
You can flash into Trickster at least.
That's dangerous. Cycle, sure. I guess they're assuming we have a counterspell. It's the only way they're playing this way. They're going to, yeah, okay, they're just ignoring everything. They're like, okay, Merfolk guy,
deal with it.
can you race this? And the answer is maybe no.
I think the answer
How many
is maybe
Titans
yes.
can they play next turn? Maybe they have 2 Titans in hand.
I doubt it. Flash creatures.
Okay, I need to... Drawing a land, I guess, would help.
Spreading Seas is one of the things. That'll greatly slow down the damage. And keep that deprive open.
Yeah, I have to. It'd be pretty good if I draw the last Spreading Seas. They might only have 3 Valakuts in their deck.
Now he's just grinding his teeth. Oh, you gotta be kidding.
Hey, you got... If they miss that land drop to play that Titan, they'd be smoked. They would just be completely crushed. I'm not kidding you. If they miss that land drop, they'd be dead. And maybe it was clear. Maybe it was more clear to just play hold everything up because I had flash creatures, but they needed to have Titan. They needed to have Titan in their deck, by the way. Not land.
Still, it's so much power. Cumulative.
We can just die to this Valakut. I think that's what our opponent's going for. Because if I had this land, I could opt to not play Deprive. So anyway, we are now chained to this Deprive for the rest of the game, and our opponent can still just kill us with like land drops.
Shame that none of these are flash.
Oh, sweet. It's definitely not what I wanted to draw.
You should throw a Lord out just for maximum damage.
No. Because I want to play this I want the ability to play this Brazen Borrower. I'll do it next turn. I'll play like 2 Lords if my opponent does nothing this turn.
You gotta put that Titan back out.
I guess they found some way to protect it. Like Veil of Summer or something.
Either that or it's just in Desperado mode. No counters, you piece of... Ah!
Okay, Lightning Bolt me. Oh, do you have like a land? Do you just have a lot of Lightning Bolts? Oh, we have 3 Lightning Bolts.
Oh, you get the fuck out of here.
Oh well, we lose. I think we were pretty unlucky to lose the game. Or lose the match. I know the game might have looked unlucky from our opponent's side in game 2, but like I give up game 1 all the time, but games 2, this game, okay, maybe I threw the match. Maybe I threw it because it looks like their hand really sucked. But I wanted to really respect this Valakut with the Spreading Seas because they seem to play for the long game, but maybe it didn't matter.
Those are the 3 cards in his hand.
Our hand was awkward. I don't know. I have to look at it. Maybe it was the bet with 3 mana up, just pass, don't risk anything. It's tough. It's tough because they're gonna get 5. They're gonna have 4. They would have 5 lands in play, and I know they have to have some other cards in hand, so they could like Farseek, then do something else, and then really get everything active. At least shoot down something, and I don't want to deprive anything, and then I don't have any board. It's a tough spot, but I'm sort of leaning on maybe. No, I like the line. I like the line. I'm not too disappointed, but it just didn't turn out. I don't know. It's tough. It's close. Maybe it's even either way. If they brick on the land drop, they lose for sure. I will be way too far ahead at that point. I don't care about anything else that they do. And if that Primeval Titan never hit the battlefield, I will have Deprive up for forever. And then I don't have to worry about this Valakut for the rest of the game, shooting down my Silvergill Adept. Anyway, that was round 4. Let's move on to round 5. So we lost the die roll. The hand is okay. I can keep it. Ideally, one of these Mutavaults is an island for Vendilion Click. So when you ever have these sort of hands, it means like you need one more land to cast that click, or your click is useless. But you don't really want to draw that land. On the other hand, we have like some tempo plays.
3 Titan decks in a row.
We also have no, we're up against burn finally. Do we have the hand for burn? It's okay. Deprive on top of our library. I would prefer to have gone first. I think we're gonna repeal this Goblin Guide. We're gonna make it look like we're gonna block with Mutavault. Boros Charm? Something. Yeah, Boros Charm? Oh. Bones at it.
4 damage is a lot.
Why are people still playing Burn? I just have, like, why? Like, what's the point of this? The deck is, like, close to unplayable right now. I mean, it's playable against what I'm doing. Maybe some of the Titan decks. No, well, no. You can't even beat the Radiant Fountain. If I knew my opponent had no more land drops, I would just fire it off on this Vantage, but opponent has more things to do. So we're going to repeal the Goblin Guide after we get one more attack. Maybe we'll get to draw land. Yay! So I don't want to risk trying to block, because our opponent will just Searing Blood the damn thing. For sure! For sure! Boing, come on. Drawing a bunch of lands isn't too bad. They're holding. I guess they have enough burn to kill us. I don't know, pass. So I'm guessing they're going to Boros Charm us? Or attempt to?
Confidently paying life.
Yes, very confidently. Okay. I think this is an okay time to play a click. Because they have like one Goblin Guide. Yeah, I want to hit a Searing Blaze. It's the perfect thing to hit. Okay, so we get rid of this thing. Because I can Trickster a Goblin Guide. That's not a big deal. And then at some point, like we're pretty close to just start attacking back our opponent. Although our opponent's at pretty close to just like killing us.
Just tap her down.
I don't know if I want to tap it down. Do I want to tap this stupid son of a bitch down? Or do I not want them to attack me and I just block and I don't deal with it again? Because I have to leave something up to block it no matter what every single turn, so. Okay, so we got that off the top of our library. And now we'll Trickster. If they have anything, they would just use it on our face, so they don't have anything. Okay, they have a mountain in hand. Does every damage matter? Attack for 6, attack for 10, 6, 9, or attack for 5. Attack for 11 next turn. Well, we might as well have it on the board just in case our opponent plays another Goblin Guide. So what we're in danger of is just our opponent finding 2 burn spells, firing them both, and I can only counter 1.
Poof.
What could they have in their hand? Not Searing. I'm trying to figure out. Do you have Searing Blaze? Do you have, like, Skewer the Critics? What could you have?
Well, we're about to see.
Yeah, they conceded.
Damn.
And that was a close... It's still a close game. Being on the draw. Our hand wasn't that clunky, but wasn't clear that I was going to stabilize either. And, like, the Goblin Guide missed on the first 2 triggers. So we're on the draw. Spreading Seas is worse on the draw. Okay, we definitely want to bring in all these. Okay, what do I do in this matchup? It's tough. Especially on the draw. Like, Chalice and Spreading Seas is not very good on the draw. We didn't even play our Spreading Seas that game. Because it is shite. Okay, where's Burn? Burn, 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 burn. It's very play and draw dependent. I'm going to bring in 4 Force Negations, a 1 Vendilion Click, 3 Chalice, taking out the Dismembers and the Repeals. Repeal helped us a little bit in that game. Is Repeal better than I think? Even on the draw? I don't know. You make use of... I mean, made use of Mutavault mana, you can bounce like Swift Spear. The thing is, it replaces itself, so it's not like Vapor Snag, where it's like, you know, you're trying to delay. There's some real value here. You delay and you replace the card anyway. 2 spreadings, 2 Vapor Snags still in the draw, I guess. Did I consider Click? Because Click can block everything. In fact, it can even block a Swift Spear with 1 Prowess trigger on it. Okay, I'll just keep it like this. Maybe some Spreading Seas sometimes comes in handy. Our opponent is playing white, so that means they're not running Oko. This hand's relatively poor, but I'll keep it. It's got a lot of mana, so it's not too bad. This is going to be another game where I like do nothing on turn 1. I might Brazen Bar where they're like Goblin Guide on turn 2. Force of Negation is not that good in the burn matchup.
Bullshit.
Because you have to pay 2 cards in order to get use out of it. That's not where you want to be. It looks like our opponent's going to play Eidolon. Otherwise, I don't know what they're doing with this hand. Yeah.
All hail.
All hail Eidolon. In that case... I could play Mutavault, do nothing, attempt to block it, or I play Silvergill Adept, pay the price of 2 life.
Yeah, let him pay the price of 2 life.
And if I want to defend the Silvergill Adept, I still have to pitch something. The thing is, even if I play Mutavault, block Eidolon, my opponent's going to have 3 lands versus my 1. It's not appealing either. Alright, I'm going to take some damage. Show Lord of Atlantis, it's the only thing I can show. So my hand would be infinitely better if I had Ether Vial. Well, I drew a blue card, which makes using this Force of Negation hurt a lot less. So if they like play Searing Blaze, I will defend. No, they play Goblin Guide. That is infinitely better to see. Is this worth defending?
He still loses life.
Yeah, well, they can lose life. But do I want... I'm going to lose life. No matter what. So I lose 4 life, go to 14, then I have to cast something. Go to 12. They're running out of cards, though. Well, okay, they don't have... Okay, so here's some analysis. They don't have Searing Blaze. They would just play that for sure. Unless they're playing around a Force of Negation, magically. Are you magically playing around Force of Negation? What to pitch? I think I need to keep the Lord this. Maybe I get rid of the Borrower. Or maybe I keep the Borrower because that can use Mutavault mana once I get to 4. So I pitch the Vendilion Click. But then what do I do on turn 3? Do I pitch the Trickster? Oh, this is a lot harder than I thought it would be. I'm not sure what the right line is. You know what? Maybe I should have got rid of the click, and if they still bolt this Silvergill Adept, I have the Trickster to at least flash it and do something next turn. Because I'm not going to be in good shape if they kill the Silvergill Adept right now. Which they do.
Well, you paid a lot of life to get that stuff out.
Yes. They're low on resources, but are they low enough? Okay, Mutavault. More Mutavaults is good. Can't Petty Theft, though. Pass. Alright, they don't have removal, and I have to keep my life total high, so let's just block this damn thing. We can play a little bit of a waiting game. In fact, I can, like, end of turn, Petty Theft this thing to their hand, then click it out of their hand. That's a pretty cool interaction here, really. These clicks and these borrowers work with each other. Okay, so this is where we're going to lose some life. Oh god, you have like Destructive Revelry and you're like, oh my god, we got him! Or Smash to Smithereens. Oh, do I have priority? I still have priority.
And you have 2 clicks.
No, like, if they Smash to Smithereens this, I'm just gonna let it resolve. So I'm doing this at the draw step because I want maximum information. That's fine with me. More mana is fine. I'm after your Eidolon. Actually, Eidolon doesn't even matter that much anymore. Do I let this Eidolon just happen?
No.
Because I have an Ether Vial now. Ah, forget it. We still have too many things to cast. Get rid of this.
Hope it gave
They're actually in pretty bad shape. They have 2 lands. Like, we're gonna empty our hand really quickly. Like, let's say they have a spell to, say, have Boros Charm. Okay, so we go to 6. They need now rip 2 burn spells off the top of their deck in order to win, and I'm gonna very quickly empty our hand. I guess the worst thing would be them finding Searing Blaze, because that tempos us out at the same time. That's pretty good. It's reasonably good.
Pretty damn good.
$6.12. Not lethal. do I win by next turn?
Spreading
Attack
seas
for 2, go to 11. Play Brazen Borrower. Attack for 9. Still not enough. Unless I top deck a Lord.
now. Well, you have enough for the Brazen Borrower now, and you can click him at the draw step again. You might.
Well, I can click myself, actually. Get rid of the stupid Spreading Seas. It's not very good. And if I draw a Lord, that wins. Okay, we'll do that. They need to rip 2 burn spells. Well, I guess we're a little vulnerable. I wonder if they're going to play their spell in response to this. Okay, I'm going to click myself, because they clearly have a burn spell. And also the Spreading Seas is useless. Whew! Damn it! Alright.
Scry mana.
I don't win anymore if I top deck a Lord. So they actually have a chance here. They have a chance. Any burn spell they rip wins.
You're not gonna activate the Mutavaults?
Trying to figure out if there's a difference to do it or not. Damn, if that Ether Vial didn't exist, I actually would be...
You'll put fetch lands offline anyway. Just in case. You never know. Put them to 1.
Yeah, it does not matter. They got, and actually, the fact that they have Path to Exile in their deck means they have a little bit more fluff than we think.
Alright. Do you get it? Son of a bitch.
Looks like Searing Blaze. Oh no. Rift Bolt. Okay. It was close.
Burn doing what it do.
What sucks is I can click this out of their hand. That's possible. That's a possible line.
Clicking yourself produced no profit.
No, it did not. Okay, so what's different? We're on the play. That does make a difference. On the play, we want the Spreading Seas. And we don't want the click. Is that how I'm reading this? And we don't want 1 Force of Negation. Okay. You know, the way this game played out... Hold on. Can I take this back? I think I... Do I want Chalice? Do they know I have Chalice in this deck? Oh, there's no more time. Because they had Smashed to Smithereens, which means playing Chalice is, like, slightly foolish. Keep.
That's a snap keeper.
Yeah. Turn 2, Spreading Seas, always good.
They're thinking about it.
Spreading Seas is not as good as it used to be. They are Burns playing more lands than they used to. Because they can just pitch them away now with their Horizon lands. They thought long about it and they kept. Is that turn 2 Eidolon? It ain't happening. Not this time around.
Of course.
Of course.
Why
So
wouldn't it be like this?
we'll get beaten in the face a little bit.
Mutavault won Time Magazine's Land of the Year. It was a slow news week, yes.
Oh.
Put that on 1. He's fuck.
Do I want to put that on 2? I guess not. Uh-oh.
Put it on 1, bounce 1, he ain't coming back.
Well, we're going to get hit very seriously for damage here. Actually, we have Force Negation to protect it against, what's it called?
Smash Smithereens.
Yeah, assuming they do that on their turn. Now, they're not screwed. I mean, they got tons of cards that they can still cast. Rift Bolts. Tons of stuff.
Not enough 1 piece of fucking mana.
I am definitely in the loser's seat right now. At least these goblin guys are paying. Whoops! No, I'm not doing anything. Okay, good. I'm just going to my second main phase. What to do? Probably attempt to block with a goblin guide and also petty theft the other one. It's probably the line. Feed me. Silver Gill Adept, that's fine.
You just gave him Oko mana.
Yeah. Well, not exactly, but...
Just get rid of a Lord.
Guess I'll just... No, I think I should just maximize my clock. Because next turn I think I'm just going to play like Lord, attack for 3, a Lord. I have to close out the game really, really quickly. Really quickly. I'm going to get rid of all these creatures anyway.
Boink.
Okay, so this trades, empty board, play Lord, attack. Hope there's no good follow-ups from our opponent. And I think, and if they play 3 damage a turn, I think we can race that. If that's what they do. Hopefully this thing is really screwing them. Ugh, they keep playing lands. I don't like that.
Just means there's just 1-drops.
Because they have a lot of 3-drops in their deck, like Rift Bolt and Skewer the Critics, so they can get around all this.
Those heavy cards sink to the bottom of the pile.
Deprive is nice.
Now you have some Protect.
They do have some Protect.
Just keep going on the attack.
Do I just attack for 5? Wish I had 1 more land so I can get this thing in play at end of turn. How badly can we die? Like, is this a lock by any means? Okay, they have 1 Goblin Guide in hand. They have 4 other random cards. They can like Skullcrack us. Okay, I have a 3-turn clock on the board, so I'm gonna try to take advantage of it. Like, if they go Searing Blaze here, that would be an excellent opportunity to deprive it. Okay, I'm still gonna pass. Now I'm pretty confident. They played nothing at the end of that turn. They played absolutely nothing.
I think we're about to see a resignation.
Screw the critics this.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll deprive this. Is this lethal? No, it's close. But no donut. Hopefully they're not holding what's called in hand. Smash to smithereens, that would kill me. Oh, it feels like it's lagging out because we have got the victory. Oh yeah. So this Chalice on 1 somehow destroyed our burn opponent again, even though it's not supposed to be that good.
Got fucked by Prime Evil Titan.
Why do we keep playing against burn? Like, this is one of the worstly positioned decks in Modern. Well, I don't know, maybe the burn community can explain to me what's going on. But like,
Yeah,
you
all
know,
two of them.
in an Oko world, you can't be happy. So overall, I'm very pleased with the list. I know we went 3-2, but it was like a hard to lose 3-2. And we didn't even have that great of matchups. Like Burn, I don't think Burn is that great of a matchup given this exact build. I mean, it's fine. Like you've seen in the last league and this league, you know, we got game, but it's not like Master of Waves devastation sort of thing. Like, you know, these 8 cards aren't ideal in the main deck. They're here for Death Shadow and Urza and all those other decks.
You can have 100 cards though.
And the yeah, we just lost to the Titan decks, and I think those were both good matchups. The matchups just slipped away in both matches. They were very close. Could have went the other way, and I feel very favored in both cases. The Solemn Simulacrum Titan Shift deck might have been harder than I think, because I've never played against that sort of deck, and certainly on turn 4, just to put any body, like a real body on the board. It's not Secure Tribe Elder that just chump blocks. I mean, this thing can trade with a lot of my creatures, so that definitely makes it a tougher version than usual, but I usually feel super favored against Titan Shift. And that matchup could have went either way. They needed to rip that 6th land right when they did. But overall, I think this is a powerful deck. I'm really happy with how it plays, and even when it's clunky, it still works. We beat that humans player. So 3-2, really hard to lose 3-2. I'm very satisfied with the result, and I really still like how this deck performs in today's modern Oko metagame. So we're going to thank all my patrons supporting me on Patreon. We're also going to thank the manabase.com and MTG Mastermind for being our sponsors. This has been Nikachu with his brother, playing Mono Blue Merfolk in Modern.